Alright, welcome everybody to today's Inhouse stream. I'm your host Ilithax, and today we're going to have yet another week of Inhouse sessions. We got a few people joining up already, so we'll hop right into the Discord and yeah, check out who's there and meet the players.
What happened is that I ass fucked you, like the other time.
Welcome, buddy.
Because I'm the superior rep.
That didn't count.
Guys, we
What do you
are
mean?
live. Careful for game awards and have a nice time, everyone. Welcome.
What do you mean you?
Welcome to the stream.
Okay. Basically, in nice words, I put my penis in your butt.
Dawn.
That's what.
Dawn.
Nintendo.
Okay,
Gamers, can we start with the games actually? So let's get everybody on their team or whatever. We're just
Okay,
gonna
Don,
do
this is the final duel.
Okay, final duel.
like this.
Then one duel. Then we go. I promise.
But
I
I'm
have
not
fucking-
above the law.
Yeah, so please, if everyone could just quickly go into spectators, so then we
No.
can get back into the teams.
This is easy. I'll
Yes.
just.
Aw.
I'd say we
Who
start
moved
with the
me?
free, since we're a lot of people actually in here. I'd say we start with the free to join for everyone, and then we can just go from there. So guys, fill up the teams. Keep team comps in mind, so we don't want to hard troll. Also, class stacking, or more specifically, specialization stacking
allowed?
is not allowed. Is not allowed unless we do an extra ruling and do something like the troll 5 warriors or something like that. But yeah, feel free to join these teams. Whoever wants to play, especially now in the beginning.
If you're new, if you're
Uh,
a new player, get involved.
I'll just
Alright.
be
Alright, I'll leave,
cameraman
guys, I'll,
until further notice.
And join up, guys. Join.
And let's try not to
Oh,
slack
wait.
as hard.
Oh, Spellbreaker.
Ooh, ballsy.
Yes.
Very
Hmm.
ballsy.
Oh, Druid.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the new guy.
Oh
I'm
boy.
on the
Yeah,
new guy.
okay.
I'm
Sorry,
trying to make
John.
Druid work. If I can't make it work, I'm going soapies, don't you worry.
Alright, so
No,
now-
it's not that. It's just I saw Paladin. I was like, oh boy.
At the moment, we have.
Trying out.
Don't tell anybody this fucking chat.
I've been trying out like Druid decap build, and it's working all right.
It's annoying as hell.
Also,
that's for
if
sure.
someone could check the stream again and just tell me if the audio is alright, that would be great. But
Yeah, I can do it for you because I'm a good friend. Bear back.
Audio seems good, man.
alright, just the overall balance in here. Because I'm not too sure with the music and everything.
Okay.
Just
So
gonna load
Don, join blue team.
Illy, I have a complaint.
Yes, which is?
Why are you not streaming in 1080p? Are you poor or something?
it's only
My
for,
internet
yeah.
capacity cannot handle it. Sorry to say that.
do you want me to stream? Because I can
Okay.
actually stream 1080.
Weird flex.
Maybe soon.
Weird flex.
Maybe soon.
Don't
Okay.
join blue team, Don.
No, I'm the cameraman, dude.
Camera.
Okay. Well, what have we
Yes.
got on the team?
Unless someone else wants to stream, I can go play.
I'm on Mesmer at the moment, and then we've got Krill on Thief as well. So we've already got a Thief on every team. Have we got any supports on, or any team fighters? So we just got
Me.
Okay, yeah. It's me. Right. So
Alright.
we've got Always Crying. We've got Nefla. I think Catsby is a Mesmer. So I know.
Yep,
I
correct.
think it's Nefla or
What?
Always Crying. Can one of you guys join?
But Nefla was a Tempest. I'm not too sure what to pair this to here actually. I feel like blue team could go technically for a triple node comp if they want to
I
execute
would,
that.
I would, Yeah, I would
Mm-hmm.
actually recommend either they switch out, red team switch out one of its side noders, and then the Tempest can go on red team.
Well, yeah, a Hollow Smith would probably be a nice answer to that. Although we see a quite interesting build from Akami coming out, but yep. And the castle, okay.
Because you've got, I know, is Lucas running what? Oh, no, he's not. Okay, he's not running what I thought he was going to run.
He just told me give me 5 minutes, so our game will start, well, with a few minutes delay. But that's not bad. There's one more spot in blue team for those who want to take it. And honestly, if you know people who might be interested to join in for some games and actually playing in here, feel free to invite them. The password and everything is pretty public, so there shouldn't really be a problem with inviting players over here.
Alright, sweet. I'll have a couple people that want to join. I'll message them tonight.
Alright.
Nice.
I don't know if they'll be worthy.
Okay, there we go. We have 5v5.
Alright.
Yeah.
Good, then.
Yeah, before we start, can we just take like 5 seconds break and we can go?
What?
A short break, okay.
Alright, can we
it's fine.
can
I
we
just
actually
need to go to
go
the
over,
bathroom first.
Or 5 seconds, then we'll go.
Ely, can we go over the builds?
Well, first off, we're telling people the procedure.
Oh,
For
wait,
those who
yeah.
weren't in here before, below us there are 2 channels, red team, blue team. When you want the game to start, group up down there. You can communicate your strats there, and yeah, talking is technically not required, although it's the meta strategy to go for speaking with people and not being a dick. But all you technically need to do is at least listen. That's the minimum that we require in here. So either way, yeah. When everyone is happy with how the teams are matched and there are no complaints, join the teams down there in red and blue team and get start to ready up. Alright, people joining down there. Technically we could move, but we're lazy fucks, so we're not doing that. And with that we're going to change to our second scene. We got 2 screens popping up here, thanks to Dawn.
I'm back.
Beautiful, so that you can cover all the action. And with that, since people are filling up the channels, 4 out of 5 for red team. Let's see who's missing. Okami, Lucasa.
Oh, dude.
Lucasa was missing there. Yeah, with that we can actually start and go over the team's builds and everything. And Sneaks, yep, you're free to join in the cast whenever I need to catch a little bit of catch a little breath. Well then, okay. I'd say let's go over the builds first here. So let's start off with red team, who filled up quite fast. We got server maintenance, a mysterious player from KOF, picking up the French Worms DPS Renegade build here. Then we got a DP Thief, Shadow Arts with Shadow's Rejuvenation, so a lot of defensive potential here. Very mobile, very sneaky, and a good amount of team peel with by offering stuff and cleanses to his team. Then we got Zintrex on a quite interesting holo build, which is kind of uncommon. However, it is running the explosive trait lines, and then he dropped alchemy for tools for extra utility, so that might be quite interesting.
Pure DPS here. He's running laser disc and photon wall for a little bit of blocking.
And the DPS doesn't die down. If we look at Lucasa's build, he's running a Sinister Amulet. It's a quite offensive Condi build here with power damage in it as well. And then to top it all off, more troll builds. Okami going for Innate's core NG. We saw that played by Jesus 2 weeks ago. So overall, red team has a kind of interesting comp.
Just to point out, all of these players, these are all very capable players who know these classes inside out. Like Lucaso mains Weaver, Okami is a main NG, and we've got Blintrax, who is famous for his flamethrower build.
Yeah, or just memeing, since Warrior isn't where it is. Like in such a good spot.
Is his new name.
Exactly, but now let's see how blue team actually answers to that if they sort of choose to pick some counter picks. So first off, we got a Spellbreaker, which is quite interesting, running Berserkers and Fighter. It's a sort of standard strength warrior, which has gotten out of meta a while ago, but the game is starting, and now with the Condi Thief, also
Condi
kind
Thief
of
with
interesting.
rocking Prepare 1,000 Needles as well with that instead of the usual port or something.
Yeah, and the decap druid that we are seeing here with paladins in front of resistance. However, he's going into middle. Shadow Refuge barely stealthing everyone here. And then we see a triple node split here from the blue team. King Vanished looks sort of to contest Fahi into Lucasa, but we already see the Revenant being balls deep in here. And let's see how the stealth opening goes. Thief is on top of the druid, but I don't think it's a good target here, so let's look who's looking pressured. Vanished right now is in a 1v2 at the same time. Okami just got pushed off node here. Elixir being pulled, however, he gets the fake in here. And with that, we have to look at the fight.
Maywe're now pushing into mid, creating that outnumbered situation as the warrior is basically doing his job and keeping 2 people capped on that far node,
Yeah.
allowing blue team to essentially outnumber the
But
mid.
then the Thief Spike came out onto the Hollowsmith, making him drop fairly low. Crate coming out, the peel. Blue team should pick up this middle node in a while, but at the same time, we have to mention that the warrior died here on far. Lucasso picked up his home node and is now free to roam, whereas blue team hasn't done anything here on their home node. It's got decapped again. So now we have to look at the team fight actually and what's going on. The Thief being sort of pressured here. He got revealed. Question is if he can get out in time, because without, okay, he got his heal off, but now it looks like the red team's Thief is pressured, dropping down here, and with that, they might get a good lead here if they can really translate these kills and get them off and actually create map pressure, because right now, as we're speaking, red team is pressuring this node very, very hard here in the middle. And
Angie goes down on the blue team.
yeah, he's up there, and we see Andreas chasing onto that. Question is if blue team can get the rest here. The druid is there, the thief is there. They can definitely get this kill, and now they're jumping back into it. Nate's barrage being dropped here, but not quite finding a good target for that.
Red team thief now pushing into mid. This would probably be a perfect opportunity as the blue team guard is pushing into mid. It'd be a perfect opportunity for him to basically run off, get that decap on that far node. He's getting the safe stomp on there.
Beautiful
and now he's pushing
work.
off, looking for that decap. Probably a bit too late, but he's collapsing on with Zintrax onto that guard. Maybe could have pushed it a little bit earlier and get the decap, but the whole team is collapsing onto that blue guard. On that
guard's going to die now.
Yeah, the full DPS is on far.
Yeah, and with that, blue team sort of made the right call as they lost this team fight to spread for sides. We see their Hollowsmith picking up the home node, and with that they're splitting up the pressure and forcing red team pretty much to answer to that. But they do not care because they can farm more kills on blue team's home node here while maintaining middle through Lucasso. So as long as they get the control over two nodes, this is looking very, very fine for them. However, we see some red team members dropping low, but it doesn't matter. The kills are rolling in here, and with that they finish off Thief, and now red team looks to contest middle again. Because blue team...
Thief on his way back to his home node?
Yeah, and that means a nice decap. That's a quite good rotation, because that was pretty much what blue team wanted to accomplish with the... what blue team wanted to accomplish with this sort of force people and spread red team out so that they cannot pain train people as much anymore. It looks like Okami is sort of pressured here in the 1v1. Core Guard is probably not the optimal choice here for that, and now with that he has to kite up, but he's being pressured, and blue team will pick that up in no time. At the same time, as we're speaking, there are 2 kills rolling in the middle node for red team. Zintrax getting a lot of work done here with the laser disc. There's a lot of DPS coming out from him. But as we were speaking, the Skyhammer objective is now in play, and it looks like the Renegade is very, very pressured here.
Zintrax able to put in so much damage into that Skyhammer, allowing that a little bit of peel, but not enough for Jellyfish Hunter. At the same time, Lucasso is still maintaining that midpoint, controlling that for his team. Unfortunately, blue team do control the node, so the longer they can stall out Skyhammer, the better for them.
Yeah, and with that kill coming out there onto the Hollowsmith, red team seems to pick up that objective. But blue team now sends their Bunker Guardian into there to hold on just for a little bit more. And with that, blue team has both sides. They get a lot of value out of this because red team doesn't decap in time. However, now we see Sydney going for some nice decaps here. That is pretty good. At the same time, Okami looks to be very, very low. Thief is on there, but he cannot get the kill with that. And now Guardian is also forced into his elite. They cleave the Druid here, and they might get the kill here. However, at the same time, while this is going on, we have to look at what's happening in the map. Because red team committed 2 players onto here, and now we see the downside of that. Lucasso went down in middle. Blue team picks up far, uncontested. And this is the downside of investing so many players, and it looks like people are dropping down. Andreas is super low, and Zintrax also looking pretty unhealthy. But the Vanished is now holding onto the node in a 1v3 situation. He's going to fall soon, even though red team seems low on cooldowns. And with that, they pick up the kill, and they should get this objective very soon. I don't think a Thief running in would change anything about that. However, he's now jumping in. It looks like there's a 1v2 taking place now.
Blue team are doing the right thing here. They've already got a cap node. They are just stalling the hammer for time.
With that, there's the kill coming out. if we look at that, onto the Renegade, Zintrix coming in, but he's on a purely DPS based build. If he can get this decap druid off, that's a good question, because now the Condi Thief is coming in and he doesn't have much defenses outside of his heal, which is pretty much a gamble. And with that, he's going to drop down. Blue team secures the Skyhammer yet again. And now, if we look at that, we had 3 red team members committed here onto their home node to get that back under control. But if we look at the point score and how it developed, we really see that blue team overall got a nice lead out of that situation with their triple node setup here, which really comes in handy in this situation. So now, 2 nodes being capped here for the blue team. Shadow Refuge coming out, and with that they might be able to get the Druid rest here. Pat coming out as well, and the Elixir Stomp here from the NG, coming in really clutch. Knights being spammed around. However, the Druid.
So blue team are making a fantastic opportunity. They've now got a 2 cap. They are just wanting to stall out the hammer for as long as possible to create that huge gap in the points. At the moment, they are 80 points ahead, utilizing that Thief's 1,000 Needles is coming in pretty pog on the Skyhammer. They're just going to be stalling with time. Warrior is now pushing onto that far node. They've got a node capped. It's looking like this is a good situation to be in for the blue team.
And with that, Andreas is dropping very low here. However, Zintrix coming out with the countercleave onto the Druid, and if he can get that in time, that would be huge. Because now red team, they really need this objective. They lose so much map pressure on there, because even though they got kills rolling in, blue team is able to stall that out. Now they're picking up the points, and let's see how they spread out. Because Okami is still in a 1v1 against the Spellbreaker here, not getting no pressure done.
So just to point out what the blue team Thief here is done, they've almost capped that home node, which is quite a smart thing to do. Unfortunately, red team have come in at the nick of time, because if the Skyhammer comes down, it's still a neutral point, but they can nip in and get the cap with 1 tick away, which is a real smart move.
Yeah, with
instantly as Skyhammer is neutralized, we have got blue team contesting all 3 nodes, still keeping that gap, and now they're getting the gap, that extra node on the home node, allowing them to maintain that pressure.
And we really have to mention Lucaso getting a lot of work done here for the red team, because he's stalling middle out for so long. He kept multiple players there, but now it seems like there's something happening off node. Zintrix is being pressured quite hard. He doesn't have an elixir to get his invulnerabilities. Again, he's running a full DPS meme build, and however, we see people being pressured out. Prime Light Beam coming out, but it's not going to be enough Shadow Refuge, and with the spike from the enemy's Holosmith here, they're getting a lot of CC down here. They're placing the cleave onto that right there, and with that, blue team might be able to pick up this fight. It looks like red team is dispersing right now, and with that, blue team still owns double node cap, so this is pretty big for them. It looks like the 1v1 on red team's home node isn't really going anywhere, and that means blue team will slowly but steadily take with this game away here. Pick coming out onto the blue team's Condi Thief. Since Skyhammer is in play at the moment, this might be the opportunity for red team to outnumber somewhere and get these decaps rolling. But we see that Okami decides to go for the 1v1 in here. Questionable choice, because right now they have the chances to outnumber and get this objective here.
Blue team doing a real smart thing here, and they are just trying to stall Skyhammer for as long as possible, simply just to keep that points going up. They've got their bunker in there. They've now got their decap druid in on that point. They have currently got 1v3. They do go down. Red team should be able to capture this Skyhammer, which is a dire need, but it might be too late, as blue team are able to
because right now there is no one else to really sort of contest that Skyhammer, and this is really what red team needed. However, the point lead is quite detrimental at this point already, and I don't think that the Skyhammer will be a playmaker here at this stage of the game. Red team really needs to prevent the capture here on their home node. As we're speaking, Lucaso and the Thief are rolling in to prevent that blue team picks up any single node, because every single death and every single point that they might capture at this point can be deciding. And as we're speaking, Andreas went down. He was stuck in this 1v1 into the Spellbreaker, and now with the Thief and with an intelligent Thief spike coming out there here, this might be the game-deciding play, actually, because right now, they're 4v5 and they picked up a node, and with that, the points will tick in, and red team might lose this game.
So an interesting choice by the Warrior. Instead of basically sitting on his home node and securing in that win condition, he's choosing to push into mid. Maybe choosing to push back now. I think he's undecided. But personally, for me, I would have secured that home node just in case their thief went for any decaps and cheeky decaps or anything like that.
Yeah, we see the red team's thief attempted the decap here onto the Warrior, but as we're speaking, the points are almost near 500, and with that, blue team is most likely going to take this game away here, and going for the first win of this stream. So overall, a nice game, fairly close, and with that, people should come back in, and let's see what the next map shall be.
No,
Welcome back.
No.
Welcome back.
Hello.
I gave you a little bit more of a breather there, really. I was trying to do as long as I can just to get your breath back.
GG.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG. Honestly, I don't think breath is too much of an issue. I want to give you the opportunity as well. Especially since you're more fluent in English than me. I'm kind of a bit bigger when it comes to
That'd be quite funny. You should just go off in German.
Honestly, I don't think it would be quite better in German. It wouldn't make such a
shouting
difference.
the other day when that really aggressive German when you were on Discord.
I think that was
It
for
sounded funny.
comedic purposes.
I reckon you should do a full thing like that.
Who was the thief on the last match? The Condi thief.
The Condi thief. I don't know.
Oh, that was me.
You like that weird hit when I hit you with the rifle 5?
Yeah, that was impressive. It was like, I was like, wow, that was a nice prediction.
that was 100% luck. To be honest, but it
Nah.
was so funny, man.
Oh,
It was
I mean, that's when you're meant to be like, it's those look moments, like, yeah, completely meant to do that. Completely meant to do that. It's like that one SD clip I have where I played really well.
bro. I'm honest. At least I'm honest.
Yeah, I was really like, wow, that was very well predicted.
No, that was a good game there, guys. Blue team did a real nice thing of just stalling out Skyhammer.
I still hate Condi thieves.
Yeah,
Sorry.
everyone hates
Understandable.
Condi.
Yeah, I don't think anybody likes him.
I only
So-
played him for like 3 days now, so give
Even
me
the
a break.
people that play him fully hate
And look
him.
how effective it is.
Yeah, really it is. It is so good.
2 buttons, GG.
All right, so let's set up how we do this draft. So, do we go for team captain drafts? Do we want free for all join?
Well, do we actually want to
I
do?
will be out.
Do we actually want to do core or Heart of Thorns builds games?
You mean only classes from core or
Oh,
Heart of Thorns?
Yeah.
if it's Heart of Thorns, I'm gonna join. I don't fucking care. Someone take over.
Well then, honestly, if you feel like, I like the idea of only Heart of Thorns picks, because Dragon Hunter or something like that could be kind of funny.
Okay,
We
I
saw
blew,
Druid
I-
already.
I blew.
Alright
I can,
then, it's free to join for everyone, but we have to pick Heart of Thorns packs only in this.
Someone
in this
someone
case
has
here.
to take over the camera, then.
Seeing as I'm Druid, I'll go back on the blue team again.
Can I play again, or does someone
Yes,
else?
sure. I mean, it's nice that you asked, but so far
sorry.
it's free to join. So yeah,
So
just
I can leave if somebody
coordinate.
else wants to take my spot.
Would somebody like to share their screen on
Mhm.
Discord?
Otherwise, we.
Out, guys. I need to get some drinks. Have fun.
All right, you
Sure,
little
sweet.
slacker.
Sorry.
Hold on,
There-
guys.
there's-
I'm
there's-
going old school, guys. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Also, Sneaks, I just want to drop something for you that might that was dropped here in the chat. Shit, that has gotten kind of professional, Sneakers. I'm just gonna direct that to you.
Oh, what?
And thanks for the
Aw.
compliment here. Also, there were some photos coming in that we didn't see in time here. However, I'm not sure if the alert box wasn't going on, or if that was just recently before the stream started. Either way, we got 5 players in here, which already looks pretty nice.
Don't worry, guys. Do you want me to commentate? Because I'm going old school.
No, I think just since you're playing, you should also be down there in comps, and yeah.
Yeah, don't mind. Oh, I was gonna say I can
can-
either play. I have no idea how to play this build, but I could go. I might actually just go dual one. But I was
Kind of
gonna
amazing
go.
how many people showed up.
I was gonna go and
Yeah,
bring it
then
out.
if anyone else wants to join here, then feel free to do so. And if you have some friends that might be interested in playing in here, just invite them. It's pretty much free to join here. Only requirements would be to have a decent understanding of the game, so to say. Just so that we can have kind of equal matches, and we're also moderating in case it will be very, very uneven. But at least the first game of today looked kind of nice. And Dawn going down.
Shut the fuck up, dude. It wasn't an honorable 1-1. What do you mean?
Beautiful. So to those here still in here, let's see. Always crying. Sydney, Isa, feel free to join. Also, let's see if everyone is actually in the Discord. I might have to check here. Because we told people that Discord would be a requirement, but either way, now that we got five players in each team, we could technically start. So, is everyone happy with how the teams are matched? If so, join the team channels and get into your sort of strategizing, so that we can start too. Yeah, 2 Chronos, nice to see. And even the Berserker, which is what I really like to see. So either way, people joining already.
Is it fine if I'm streaming?
What if you're if you want to take over the stream for the double POV? Yep, I can quickly use that. Pop out, and then full screen. I just quickly need to get back into Streamlabs and need to redo some of these things. Casting scene right here, and it works perfect. So with that, we can actually go and cover the games from now on. So let's go over red team here. Because right there we got a Power Revenant, quite nice, the more traditional Revenant build for really nice roams and team fighting. Then we got Sari picking up an SD Daredevil with Deadly Arts, which is something I really like to see. Quite a nice build with a lot of mobility and teleports. Then let's see what we got here with the Berserker. Because it's known for both Condi and power, but it looks like Evanished is picking up a Mace Shield Greatsword build here. And then we got a Condi Mirage. I'm not sure if that's Hellsef's build that we see with Chrono Phantasma, but it's probably looking somewhat like that, and it's a kind of interesting build to play around with. And then to top it all off, we got a Tempest who's running fire, so that means a lot of cleanses and less anti-power protection. The question is, does blue team really have a lot of condis? Because we see a Power Revenant, which is a lot of packed power damage. Then we see the Druid again, which had some nice node pressure and decaps. Then we see a Power Thief this time, not a Condi Thief. And then the only Condi pretty much on this team is, Sneaks here at the moment with Carrion and Adventure, the sort of Hellsef style build.
Yeah, you know why Sorry maybe is going fire? Because there's a lot of chill. You have Reaper chill, you have Revenant chill, you have Roots from Druid, you have Condis from Sneakers. So that's why she goes for fire.
As we're seeing
when you go Earth, you're gonna get almost permanently chilled.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know how it is when you play Elementalist, you get chilled.
I know, because then the really big problem is that you cannot change between your attunements as fast, and that really cripples your ability to play properly. We see Crayola's sort of version, like just what he prefers with Reaper. It's not quite traditional, it's the Martial Speed Rune. We see no Lich coming out, and this as well, the Spectral Ring, which is sort of nice for the self-peel, unless people have a lot of stability. Well, either way, with that we should have covered both teams, because we got sort of a weird team fight setup. At least red team has the sort of more common support here. But the question is if there's something that could really pair well to it. Both teams run a Chronomancer, and it looks like both teams sort of half focus on sides, but you don't have optimal team fight setups, which is nice because no team really seems too overpowered here. So yeah, with that, game should be starting soon. Yeah, we'll just have to see. And with that, the game is going to start. Alright, so let's see how these two teams are splitting. Speed stack coming out at the moment. Sari switched to the HP trait here to sort of get a bad health pool, because both DP Thief might be a big threat as well as Power Ref, and if the Reaper actually gets his stun locks onto that, she could be in quite some danger. But we're seeing a Thief Mesmer split coming out here onto the Druid, but he's already up there and ready in time to just prevent that sort of instant spike, and Thief is here to answer to that from the blue team. He might be going for spike. Let's see how he actually answers to that, or if he just tries to stealth out the Druid. Because this 2v2, the question is really how it's going. It looks like the Druid is pretty pressured, and Thief not going for the stealth onto him, and needed with the cleanses. And that means they have to give up their home node, and now if we look to middle, since red team picks that up, they can roam into here. And right now, at the moment, it's just a Tempest sort of bunkering on the node, whereas the Revenant is chasing the other Revenant. However, now they're actually running into a quite dangerous situation, as Thief and Ref are both on to Andreas. Question is if he's got his heal available. He's going for the no port spot, but fails here. Heal being pulled in just in time before he went down. CC coming out, and the thing is that his Tempest should be able to roam technically, but right now Furious, she has to bunker the node against the Reaper, and with that we might see a kill coming out onto Andreas. And as he drops down, Sari is looking quite pressured as well. The question is there a glyph coming out? And it looks like, yep, glyph is on cooldown, but
Andreas.
Yeah, but at the same time, Sari was dropping down, and with that, blue team is sort of focusing onto the mid team fight here. But again, red team has both side nodes picked up. That means blue team really has to spread and get these kills, otherwise they won't get something done. Dawn is being quite pressured here, and red team replies to blue team's initial teamfight spike here. The Berserker with his spin to win might be able to get some really nice cleave power damage. It's actually pretty big what he can deal. However, it looks like usually he's playing around the side node right now as we're speaking, and red team is picking up the mid node for free. There's a Thief 1v1 taking place, which should technically be favored for the DP Thief here that we're seeing. And then at the same time there was a Mesmer 1v1 taking place, which Sneaks actually looked to win, but now that there are more people rolling in, we have to see if someone is very pressured. It looks like the Druid of the blue team might go down here. Carolo dropped his field ring, but it's not going to make any difference. Spin to win coming out from the Berserker, and with that cleave they're going to pick up the far node essentially. But as we're speaking, blue team was very fast to react to this. Sneaks already going and contesting this mid node, but Andreas is there in time to reply to that. Not the greatest matchup, but with Tempest coming in, that is not a big deal. At the same time, Sari won her 1v1 on a quite durable Thief build into the DP Thief, which got them a big lead, and it looks like red team really is dominant on these nodes, even though blue team managed to get some kills on their own as well. I really like how the warrior isn't quite AFKing on node, but is roaming so often here. It really creates some good value, because there is support and sustain with the Tempest technically if they are paired. And yeah, Mesmer being pressured here, it's a kind of a weird 2v2, but the Revenant can definitely get something done here. Reaper coming in as well, but he looks super pressured, and Sneaks drops down here. This looks even bigger for the red team. And right now, oh, Crayola got the rally here. Greatsword peel for himself, but he's a pretty free target. He has to go to these no port spot as soon as possible, because red team, they can really coordinate these spikes pretty well. They got Andreas here on his power ref. They got Sari with his Thief going for quite some annoying constant DPS rather than some spikes with DP. It's creating a lot of value. Thanks for the follow coming out here. And now we see the blue team's Thief going for the decap onto the far node. But we see what that actually means for his team, because if we're looking away from this mid node, there were kills coming out here pretty much in their spawn on the home node. Thief sets his team into an outnumbered rather than peeling for them with Shadow Arts. They really look to contest this node here, even though they do not quite have the pressure, so they're really not forced to fight on nodes here. Thanks. And yeah, now Dawn is being quite pressured here. Tornado coming out, and Andreas picks up this kill, and Berserk is there in time. Now Druid attempts to rest here. However, Tempest is going down, and the Druid has enough rest pressure. Yeah, okay, both teams get up here. Oh, this was really because blue team really got the chance here to pretty much turn it, but now they need to kite out because more red team members are coming in. There's another decap coming out by the Thief, and Crayola is respawning, but red team really does a good job of getting constant kills in. Dawn is dropping fairly low, but he had his heal available and got a decent amount of resustain. It looks like they're sort of still having to decide onto their target with this, and now that Dawn is being trapped here in this air overload, he might drop down. And with that, Sari is attempting the rest right here. Just got this one prevented just in time. Crayola coming out with a broad rest, but it's not going to happen. Blue team's rest power is not enough to get through that really good team fight setup here. And now Sari is going again into the 1v1 setup, however, deciding to focus on the node here. Nope, actually following for the buffs, because these are most likely coming up. We cannot see that in spectate mode, but as we were speaking, the Druid tries to create some value for his team, but it used to be a 1v2, 1v3 situation, and they can capitalize on that by picking up their home node. But at the same time, it's really hard to really get something rolling here, because it doesn't seem like blue team gets any more kills, and they're split quite often. However, as we were speaking, Andreas is dropping low and dropping down here, and the misform glyph, however, coming through. Really nice rest there by Farius. She used line of sight as well as the glyph, the misform here, most likely, to prevent any CCs from happening. And with that, they're looking to contest this node yet again and push blue team off of their only cap. Red team overall in this Heart of Thorns build only pick in this Heart of Thorns build only match. Seem to have drafted the better comp, because they're really capable of committing to these team fights. They got a decent side noding, and let's look at Vanish, because he's trying to answer to whatever is happening into middle. At the same time, Sari is matching the decap attempt by the enemy blue team Thief. So now CC coming out. The good thing about this build is that it has so much CC pressure actually, with Mace Shield, as well as some blinds, which makes it really nasty, as well as good power damage, but it's really hard to land for him. Now that Tempest is here, this looks still pretty doable for red team. However, there's a lot of pressure coming out from the blue team. The Reaper from the blue team in target now, and Drace is chasing for that, and Tempest is following as well. Air overload coming out, more CC pressure onto that Reaper. He really needs to get to safety, because there's a Revenant jumping him. Really nice targeting, and the Fear Ring is not going to do enough. Is the Druid there, for example, to res in time? Nope. And with that, there's no way blue team could ever come back from this. A quite stomp heavy game here coming out from the red team. And in retrospect, we shouldn't have let 3 Quarantine Crusaders members join in one team. But yeah, there we see a great execution overall of their comp. And really, that Tempest was so much value here. Because
huge
with that,
value, man.
Yep.
Huge
because with
value.
that, welcome back everyone. Because
Dude,
with that,
like
they
the
really
best
were
thing
able
ever.
to sustain these team fights. Yeah, wasn't that beautiful? Oh,
Yeah,
I need to get a. Holy shit, that was quite a lot.
Game abuse at its prime. Love it, dude. Love it.
No, it's not game abuse. It's Feifei carried.
I'm quickly going to mute myself. This is not going to become an ASMR for weird drinking noises.
Why not?
That's what we follow for.
Yeah, exactly, dude. What the fuck?
But yeah, Feifei carried.
I just pressed the res button. What do you mean?
Exactly, carried.
I mean, I gave shocking aura as well.
Exactly, carried.
Tossing glyph
All
and then
right.
mistforming carried.
Now that this was quite a
I did
stomp,
once.
what about the suggestion of this time electing team captains and sort of voting for people? Just keep in mind you want to draft the best teams and maybe not always your friends, because we want more balanced teams. Because in retrospect, we all know getting 3 members of Quarantine Crusaders into one team might result in some fairly unbalanced
might
teams.
tip the balance. Yeah, might tip the balance in your favor.
Yeah. But we asked if people were alright with that. I actually, yeah.
Sure.
We're a literal meme. Cough is a huge meme. I know. I know. We're all memers here. Or let's say most people. Either way, like your call. Do you want team captains? Or should we just sort of moderate and open join? And then balance out the teams?
Team captains. I think team captains is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
since we
while
got a
you're- while
decent
you're
player
sorting that-
base.
While you're sorting that, I'm going to be right back. And then
Yeah.
I'll commentate with you.
Okay, let's do team captains now.
Alright, so are there any volunteers who want to draft their team together?
No, that's too much pressure.
Oh,
Not
yikes,
all,
we-
not all at once. Fuck it out.
Also, in case you're super socially anxious, you can even type in map chat and no one is going to ever be able to read that actually. There's no way I would ever show my chat here. Okay, so it looks like Andreas is going for one captain. So, Fefe, would you like to be the second captain for Blue
Easy
Team
as
now?
a captain. I guess I have to.
Well, I'm asking you, but it's nice that you joined. So, we're already splitting some players up here. That's good. So, right, we have to decide which team goes first. Again, wait, coin flip. So again, yep, just type that on Google and there's a beautiful application for flipping a goddamn coin. Either way, red team heads, blue team tails. We're going to find out what it is. It is heads. So with that, Andreas can start picking the first player here. And then Fefe
did.
one.
You
Yep.
already
I think
did.
it's correct.
Sorry.
It wasn't shown on stream.
Mm, wait, Benzo is here?
Oui.
Yeah, Benzo then.
And our God Game Bree is here as well. And then we got more people hopefully coming in soon. Just checking who that actually is. But yeah, just pick a map chat who you who do you want in your team. Then let's check out the stream chat. Quite dead. If there are any people, leave some love and share.
Wait, this.
Oh, beautiful, thank you. Wait, Dawn, is that censored? Ah, good.
Do I go for a useless class or dead class? That's the question.
Depends on the player, right?
I think they're kind of equal. It just as their class are like both dead, but I just wonder which one is the deadest.
Just go with intuition.
Intuition told me to take more elementalist.
Right. I mean, Isa mentioned that she didn't want to
She
play.
isn't playing.
Is Discord needed? Yes. You're...
What people think, yeah.
Alright, I'm back. Right, what is this? What is going on?
Alright, so we're drafting teams at the moment. It's the fourth pick right now. Andreas is re-rolling at the moment right now.
He took brain.
Yeah. But that's looking pretty good for the red team here.
Illy, you aware that your chat's in the top left corner, not hidden by...
Exactly. For the memes. For the memes.
Oh god.
Can I take your lead?
What, you want
No.
me? Sorry, I'm afraid I have to shoutcast. I'm here called Mr. Shoutcast Illy. So that's
Bro, Andres is playing
the fucking
co-op.
role.
What do you mean? Fuck off.
See, I'm going with the roleplay in here.
I mean, you've got enough people to pick from. Come on.
Yeah, what do you need for?
Yeah, I got I mean, I'm gonna take a thief, that's for sure. Because
Thief.
Thief,
Brain
you,
was
you,
okay.
I can go thief. You've got impact. You've got myself.
can go
You've got
thief.
Crail. No, you can't.
I can go too.
You got Crail.
I mean,
I'll
Thief
get the
meat.
interrupt every time.
let's take impact then. He didn't play
Yeah.
last game.
I'm sorry,
Sounds
sorry.
bad.
Also, I really don't 1v1 as Thief anymore. I really can't stand it, sadly. I'd love to. Although SD is probably fine. I'm pretty rusty on it, but still. Yeah, especially since it's Shadow Arts. Yep. Yep.
Wait, do you
was
actually
it?
have fucking Renegade and Colgots? Fuck off. I need a second auto. I need 2 autos to counter that shit.
Right. Okay, so last pick for red team here. SD, yeah.
Impact, why are you running a Condi Daredevil?
Shh, mind games, son.
Alright, so we're looking for a Tempest in here. Before we had
fuck are
someone
you
with
doing?
H.
Bruh.
Yeah, we had someone playing
I
Tempest
don't wanna
before in
play
here.
against this.
Any viewers who want to join in that aren't probably just having the stream open here on the second screen?
You could just peer pressure Lacasso into doing it, but
I could
probably
go
be...
Tempest, but I never really played it before, so I'm probably absolutely shit at it.
Yeah, let's not get you as Tempest.
Well then, any alternative
Appreciate it.
support picks for example?
Any support guards, firebrands,
I need to play
Shield
support.
Breaker.
I got
Yeah,
a
Heel
heal
Breaker.
core guard.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
like,
there's already Kogat in play, but if it's a
Yeah, but then-
support Kogat, then it would be
Yeah,
fine, since there is one side noding, yeah, Sage Kogat.
It's Shout Staff core.
Alright, yeah, that would be fine according to the rules, because it's different roles, different amulets, different builds.
never mind. There's a Heel Breaker.
Alright.
Which team
Okay,
is that?
is there someone left that
The
can
blue
play
team, or-
retarded side holder that's gonna beat Andreas? That's my question.
He's gonna beat Andreas. That's a bold
Yeah.
statement.
Yeah, we know that decap scrap is quite a good answer to that
Druid
build,
is
but
okay as well. I mean, I don't know, he plays good against Druid.
I'm switching to the guards, but I don't know if the spot is still available though.
He's the one who can beat him on the agent god.
Yeah.
I mean,
the question is it the build or is it the player? Now, the last pick for blue team,
That's the
and then
start
we're
part,
going
it's
to take it.
both.
Ooh. Are
It's
you possibly suggesting that Andreas gets carried by the guard build?
Maybe not Andreas, but what about other players that pick up this build?
Who,
A
like
very
me?
mechanically high intense build, right?
You mean me when we did the AT? Symbols and got like 5 top stats, 3
Exactly.
games.
Alright, so
Right.
Fefe, make a first pick.
Oh yeah, okay.
Trust
that's
in the heart of the
probably
cards or something like that.
So what's that
Hold on.
bullshit? No, I just did fucking
roll.
side
Trust
holder.
in the heart of the plebs.
Hold on, I got an idea.
I don't.
Oh.
Okay, right, you've got 12 things. I'll roll some dice and whatever number comes out, that's who you get.
Wait, can actually people say what's happening? Like,
Okay, there we go.
I mean,
I'll-
can the people who can side hold say what's happening? I would be easier.
I mean, we mentioned it with the druid. That could be a viable choice.
Oh, yeah,
Then
so
we got blacksmith joining here. Lightbringer Sessi. That could be. Oh no.
So,
That first
according
sounded
to
like a elementalist. Or
according to
something.
the dice, you got number 6, which I would make that a Shybella.
I mean, on my screen it's not number 6 and she's on your spec, but I mean, no one wrote anything.
Alright, either way, just make a pick, honestly. Because we're having some downtime and we want to start. No pressure. No pressure, of course.
No, there is pressure. Get your shit together.
You want Druid? Fefe?
It's fine. I found
Or you
some.
want second hollow?
Yes, beautiful.
Oh yeah, I should have taken 2 auto. That would have been funnier.
Wait to support hollow,
Wow,
yeah?
that doesn't look like a god.
So-
Did I just get scammed?
So again, with these drafted teams, people looking happy.
Well,
Well,
my game's
not
just
my
crashed.
problem.
I'll be back in a second.
Right, but then you can actually move down, move yourself down into the team channels, discuss your strategies, maybe do some rerolls as well, and get the game going.
Yeah, game is.
Do you want me to commentate or just Krell? Do you want to commentate and shout over it? Or...
I can just do it double time again. Because if I'm by myself, I feel like I'm probably picking up a little bit more speed. and then I'm not quite sure how my pronunciation does a lot of times, but
Good, good.
either way.
shout
Still practicing, but very good.
It's Pog.
Yeah, I mean, at this
Pog,
point
yeah.
I should probably just practice fucking English and nothing else.
We'll have lessons after the arenas.
Yikes, big yikes for me. But we see. Oh, that's nice.
Red team's still missing 2 players.
What? Red team missing? Ah, okay, in the chat's there.
Yep.
Hold on, right.
So.
Well, Dawn's gone. I'll spam the thingy messages again.
I'm here. I missed. I was just muted. What do you want me to do?
Just wait. I'll do the
The same as last time, or?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just do the.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Some nice copy pastas.
Oh, you need to do number 3. If you could do number 3, 4, and 5, Dawn, because I got.
Number 3? Okay.
Yeah, 3, 4, and 5.
Either way, yeah, people should be present on this Discord. There's, yeah.
Is Bree in chat?
No, Bree is missing.
Okay.
Yeah, but
and
Bree is
Flow.
almost never in voice chats for some reason.
Yeah, or he doesn't use his mic either way. But
Yeah.
let's enforce it, please.
Yes.
Although just honestly, just whisper it to them, like sort of annoy them here. But we really have a lot of downtime going, and therefore.
Are you doing that, Cruella? Or...
Yeah, I'm playing.
That means, yeah.
You know, you wouldn't have this downtime if you actually just did the random fucking thing that I gave you.
A random fucking thing, which is
a random generator for team. Duh.
Yes, which can definitely take team comps and player skill into account, right? So you have something worse than matchmaking.
That's the thing, dude. Like, it's full random. You fucking pepega.
Yes, so I don't see what's the
so
issue of
all they
Leggy
would have to all they would have to do is fucking just switch class.
Great.
Easy.
Either way, teams going ready up.
Someone asked if they can go without Discord.
Yeah.
Couple left.
Well, if the red team doesn't mind.
For next session. Alright.
Hold on.
I feel bad for red team.
Yeah. But then they also really don't talk because Sari isn't really active in chat. But either way,
Andreas is the only person talking.
Let's get into the cast here, actually, because we see a triple node split coming out from the blue team. Lucasio sort of checking this area with his marks. If they pop, they know that someone's contesting. And it looks like there's a core guardian. Yeah, that's a core guardian 1v1 taking place on blue team's home node. And now the Reaper Tempest duo contesting middle here into Thief Core Necro. So this will be quite interesting. There's a lot of sustain on the blue team side, and I don't feel like this is a favorable 2v2 for the blue team here. Now with the rinse, the Lich will be completely denied here in the team fight, and actually we might as well have a look to what's happening on the mine, because there's a quite volatile matchup coming out. Impact is answering with Benzo into the Revenant and the Healbreaker. Healbreaker obviously offering a lot of sustain, but now Bree is being left alone. Which is quite
First cap for the blue guard here.
Yeah.
We have.
That's quite nice for the blue team here, but there's already a +1 by Sari coming out to answer to that. But blue team is picking up notes here and some points. And yeah, and now with Sari's +1 successful coming out, Andreas will completely pick up that node for free. Sari roams back into the middle, so now red team could get something done either in middle, or they try to contest far and push Benzo here off his 1v1, which might be a bit difficult for him, but he has the burst damage and pressure to really turn this. This could go either way. But if we check out this team fight right now at the moment, there was just a lot of pressure coming out from blue team. Tempest Reaper pretty much being so hard to answer to. Matt Flo tried to get a sneaky decap here as a Core Necro, but now Lucas is rolling in balls deep and trying to get that. At the same time as we're speaking, Benzo got picked up because there was a big outnumbered coming out from the red team. However, since red team committed so many players onto that, they're able to 2v1 Andreas here, but just the passive damage from Guardian is so huge that impact is actually dropping very, very low. But he just stays around so that blue team can fully pick up this node, because the Bunker Guardian 101 takes so much time. And now he would be best off to leave, which is what he does. And now we have to look into middle, because again, you're investing players over there. That means people on middle here right now will be outnumbered, and it's a 2v4 taking place. Lucaso barely gets his heal off. He will drop very, very low, and the question is there. Oh, the glyph was cancelled here by Furious, and teleporting up. The rest, however, is not coming out. Lucaso was completely cleaved out. Benzo is here right now. There's still something like Obsidian Flesh available, and if Benzo has some peel, that would be so great. But Red Team is simply training all over that, and with that, they will pick up the mid node right here. And did I have a co-caster? I forgot.
I do believe you said no to me co-casting as you wanted to go at 100 miles an hour, but I have not been paying attention. So we've got the Warrior.
Yeah, Warrior taking mid here. First time Ellie and Necro have been off mid.
And with that, I'm simply going to take over the cast for 1 more hour. And blue team managed to pick up their home node again. And Andreas is really sort of trying to look for these no port spots here, but he was sort of knocked around. And with that, he's not going up to this rock instead. He now has his elite available. And with that, he's going to get to this no port spot. But blue team couldn't quite finish off this kill, and that means during all this downtime, red team really established themselves on the map elsewhere, because there was a kill coming out onto Benzo. Impact was not able to pick up to get that res, and Necro is crapping for free. However, he is not in these team fights, and Sari is just barely holding onto this node until the heal break, a quite interesting build, can come in and sort of sustain this node together with Bree, because Bree is offering a lot of stability, some good DPS pressure, however solely projectile based. And now there's the Casos Lich coming out with a lot of DPS pressure onto Bree. Question is if you can really finish that kill off. It's very, very mandatory for them to come back here. Bree not quite going down.
So in the current moment, we've got the Necro and Thief in 2v1 on defending their home now. I'm not sure getting the kill though. I'm wondering if it was the correct decision sending the core Necro back to defend the home gnome, compared putting it with the heal warrior and the support. Personally, I would have thought Bree Bayon on home would have been the superior choice. Bree going down there.
And now Impact is picking up this this mid cap as they got the kill here. So now it looks fairly even in middle. However, there are more people coming in, and the Tempest looks very, very pressured. Thief can deliver some nasty spikes. However, Furious is barely keeping herself alive. Gachisari actually overcommitting here onto the spike, because Impact was there in time to punch it together with the Reaper, and it doesn't look like they really can get the reses off here. And now the Necro is pretty isolated. However, the banner is coming out. Big battle standard coming out here from the Healbreaker, and with that they might be able to cleave for this Necromancer, as Healbreaker can offer a lot of support actually. However, blue team has picked up that middle node. It's a 1 node for 1 node ticking, and the thing is that red team might out-tick this very soon, as there's a favorable 1v1 taking place for them. However, since they're fighting off a node, the question is really if they can get something done or not. Impact, however, is dropping down. Blue team is committing fully to this rest, and at this is why Sari right now tries to go and get a sneak peek here, because her Sharp Cliff is probably not going to make the difference here in this downside rest. However, now with the Lich coming out here, this was actually really, really good. Wait, was there no? Yeah. There was probably a Lich coming out here from this actual core power Necro, which is a quite interesting choice here. That is why the Lich had such a big impact. However, now the kills are coming back, and blue team sort of seems to snowball with this fight, but they're giving up so much map pressure technically for that, because their Guardian is yet again outnumbered, and this really efficient plus is the perfect rotation. They lost the team fight, they committed onto the sites. Now there's a Thief 1v1 taking place around this node. Both Thieves are actually on Shatter Arts, I believe, so this will be a very, very long stalled fight. However, no, Sari is actually running Deadly Arts, a very ballsy choice. But now Bree is rotating in as well. Right now at the moment, it's just Lucasa picking up that node. He's split from his support, but Benzo is pressuring out Sari, and with that, this might look a bit dangerous for Bree. He probably has to kite. He cannot stand on node here. So we see directly him going for these no port spots, just overall very good kiting, whereas they pick up this home node. Question is, what I would personally love to do, for example, as a thief, is stealth this super pressured side node out. But we got the heal breaker coming in for all of this sustain, because Tactics delivers some great heals, and we see him running Mendes and Troopers. Good cleanses, good heals, and some good utility if we look at that skill. But yeah, now again, it's a team fight breaking out in the middle node while both sides are picked up. However, Impact is doing the crucial rotation here and going for that decap, which means if blue team can hold onto their home node, this will be quite good. The team fight looks fairly even right now as we're speaking, but there are cooldowns like Battle Standard available for both teams. However, the heal break is dropping very, very low, and Benzo tries to chase for that kill. The Tempest of the blue team, the backbone, the support, went down, and it doesn't look like blue team can actually get a res off of that, and that means they lose the mid node. Lucasso looks very, very unhealthy, and Thief Ref is just in hot pursuit to get him. And the question is, how many kills will they pick up? The spellbreak is going down. Blind pressure is there. Question is, does Benzo have some... Yeah, he has his elixir to get through the stomp. However, the crucial stealth to cancel that coming out from Sari with with a blinding powder to secure that rest. This was really huge, because without that, Lucasso would have had rallied, and Red Team would have lost a good amount of support. They do not aim for the nodes. Right now, they just aim for the kills. They're in a point lead at the moment, and that means, yeah, they just want to sort of keep the state. But at the same time, like their home node, it's open. There's no one contesting it or no one able to contest it. That means they should technically should have picked up these nodes a bit earlier. Impact just getting out with a sliver of health here, stealthing and getting to safety. And with that, blue team sort of got a little regroup here on their home node, which is now contested by the Guardian. And it looks like Andreas is just answering to that again. And now with that, blue team tries to yet again push into the mid node. However, Benzo thinking and considering if he should plus into that bunker matchup. However, it's probably not going to be the best choice. Temp is being pressured yet again here in this team fight. And Reaper still on top of him. She used her teleport here, and now the tornado coming out, a lot of CC pressure. However, blue team still hasn't gotten a single tick off of that mid node net. However, the decap just came out. This is beautiful. This way they sustain the points. But they actually need to get a lead, and this lead is being generated by Impact right now, because he went for the decap on the far node, and with the heal breaker going down, there is no rest available. Blue team picks up that team fight, even though Impact was, going actually for a complete full cap here. Benzo is now trying to take over the node that Impact just prepared for him. However, there's a kill coming out here, and question is if that can be rest or not here onto Flow. Gachisari tried to get something done here, but she greeded, and that's where she falls. And with this, blue team is in a huge spot, because this is the point where she could where they could actually come back. Furious being outnumbered here, and the question is if the guard can really do something about it. Andreas coming in with Stomp, Mistform coming out, and Impact. Question is, does he have stealth? Does he have enough to get this rest through? The blinding powder came out, however the cleave is quite big here, and I don't feel like this is going to be possible to rest. However, now Lucasso is coming in for the blood rest. Impact looks just to create more map pressure. More map pressure is a great thing right now, because this way he forces Andreas back onto his node. Because we see how close this game actually is. Red team really needs to hold on to these points. And he has to bunker for his life, but the CC is coming out and he might overcommit for this. Now the renewed focus has to be pulled here for Andreas. And with that he's going to resustain, but he has no node to capture. And with that we look at middle. Red team got a successful plus here onto the Reaper, who was isolated pretty much. Stealth coming out, but it's a quite dangerous res, and the question is, if the Tempest is there in time, she has Glyph available, Mistform coming out, and with that, they're going to turn this team fight, because now they can hold onto the node. It stays neutral. 415 to 416 points. It really comes down to whoever picks up the node. However, Breezy's is now going down. Impact attempts the stealth stomp here. Sorry, doesn't have any stealth available. So now she's looking to maybe +1 blue team's home node here to sort of impact this bunker matchup. But it looks like, yeah. Oh, actually, Andreas picked up that kill here in his 1v1. However, now Lucasso is there for the 1v1 matchup. And the question is if he can actually cleave that or not. Red team members are now rolling in, but they're committing so many players onto here. The question really is if that might be an overcommittal here. However, Benzo lost his 1v1 matchup into the power core necro here. You sort of have to think of it more like a Reaper actually, because it's just pure power damage and some nice corrupts. And this is looking really close, but now that red team has successfully picked up both side nodes, they can really snowball this game. Beasts are in play, but none of the teams really seem to consider it. Tempest is now forced into a weird 1v2 scenario here. Tornado coming out to sort of stall that node, but Farias is dropping fairly low. She has to give up that cap, and this might be the nail into the coffin here for the blue team. As red team, yeah, they're pressuring so hard onto these side nodes. They're holding onto it, and their home node is not even contested. And that means that even though there are kills flying out in on the mid node right here, the Tempest going down, this game is gone. Red team take this game away with one more tick coming out and a kill onto the Tempest. Both successful on the side nodes and in the team fight. Great game coming out here. Very close and very fun to watch. Beautiful.
Nice one.
I think I need another cup of tea after listening to you belt feed me that commentary.
Yeah, that was a really close game.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy about how even and back and forth that actually was. So, yeah. People should come back into our call again. Beautiful. Ah, but you had a beautiful game there. It was beautiful to watch and commentate. So, more people joining in apparently. That's very nice. And with that, I'd say, what about yet another team draft, team captain draft? Do we have enough players who are up for that, or?
I'm up for it.
All right. So again, if you perfect, more people joining. So yeah, are there any volunteers again who want to act as team captains and draft?
No, I just want to be picked.
Stud of the arena. Yeah. Alright, so you don't want to be responsible for leading a team, I see. Well, Snickers, you had some dices lying around, I heard.
Some what?
You had some dices lying around.
Oh yeah, I've got some dice. Alright, shit, hold on. Let me go get them up.
Would you want to roll the dices for some team captains, since people are not looking to volunteer here? Either way, let's quickly get into our moderation downtime here, and let's see what the chat said. Alright.
Because I'm a massive nerd. Right, how many people we got in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll get a D4. I've got a D4 and a 6-sided die. Because we've got basically 6 people in each column. So whatever it lands on, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it picks the column, and we'll do the 6-sided die on what player.
Damn. So much.
Big brain. Because it's what D&D. I'll go off your one, Illy, because that's streaming.
Alright.
Obviously, I'm going to kind of withdraw myself, so if it's me or you, we'll get out of it.
The thing is, we have this one screen set up. Doing casting, I do not see the second point of view, but I feel like just overall, if we look at that, it's still probably enough to see most, most of what's happening.
Okay, I'll roll first dice, and
I know that this is
so
died.
third column number 5, so that is Aiken. That's Tiroth. Tiroth, you are a captain, I believe.
Hello. I would like to skip the captain part because I'm not very confident with the Mesmer. I just came to watch. Thank you for the offer, though.
Alright, but then you could tune into the stream here, alternatively. But right now we don't have the issue of full arena here.
Sneaks, can you stream for Ely?
Okay, yeah. Grando
or you
has
could
to
just
leave.
do full screen, actually.
Yeah, we could also go over to the full screen, thing is, we actually haven't gotten like a sort of image version of this, so I'm gonna go with my own chat cover here, for this time. Since we're sort of slacking on that, but either way.
Always crying. So it's 3 and 3. I believe. Oh, that was on mine. Sorry. No, that technically that's you, Ellie, but on my screen.
Yep, always crying here. So question is if always Nox is in the call right now, because I'm not too sure whether or not. Yep, looks like beautiful.
You've got second column and number 1, Lightbringer Seti.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's you. Okay.
Wait, you want to fully roll everything?
I don't know if you wanted. Oh yeah, no.
Didn't do the roll on the
Always
Roll everything. What do you mean?
I was getting excited. All right, there's the 2 captains.
Yeah, let's let the captains draft so we don't have giga random. I mean, if we want random games, we have matchmaking for that. We have unranked.
Right, Bella, we'll get you back as a spectator,
right.
and then team captains can.
So yeah, with that. Okay, so these are the 2 team captains. Then we have to decide who starts first.
Who wants odds or who wants evens? We'll do a roll of dice.
Called odds.
Okay. I don't know who that was, but we got a 3, so there you go. First. There you go.
First? Okay.
Yep.
I'll choose impact. Oh wait, I'll fly bits. There.
Thief supremacist.
Gotta have one.
Beautiful. I know, why have a chat cover when I'm showing the chat anyway? Oh, sorry, however, doing the switch onto the ranger here. Nice.
So have we got so impact? Who is that? You got who picked impact?
Yeah, was it red team or blue team? Because then
Blue
it's
team.
the other team's choice.
So Lightbringer Sethi, so impact on blue.
And then for the red team, what's your pick? You could also write in map chat. Okay, good that I'm not showing the map chat anymore. Lorena, you need Jesus. Yep.
Yes.
Alright. So again, make your picks.
Any NGs?
Link. Oh, Discord. Do we have any Discord links again?
Yeah.
I'll get it.
I'm on the case. I got you, fam.
You got it.
Okay, Rex was preparing one as well, but
Is Impact joining the blue team then, or is he not around?
He seems dead.
He'll join.
Yeah, hopefully in time. But yeah, let's just continue with the picks and let's pretend as if he was picked. And if he doesn't show up in time, we'll get a replacement.
You got Crayola as thief as well, which I know he's dying to.
Budget impact.
Budget impact.
Yeah, so make your picks, guys.
He did. Ben's to blue.
Alright. Red team again. Crayola. The question is Crayola budget sneakers or is sneakers budget Crayola? Think about it like that.
I think both.
Yeah, that was my thought as well, but I didn't want to say it because I sort of.
He be the higher tier. When it comes to everything else, Crayola beats me. Let me have this one, man. Budget player. Budget boys.
Budget boys. Yeah, that's a quite kind of accurate description, though.
Yeah, sorry.
Everybody just have budget everyone else.
Yeah, boys with bagpipers.
I mean, in our team we have budget everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Faye, please meme me. What budget am I?
I mean, I was actually thinking about it because, like, for everyone else I know, maybe not Andreas. Actually, I'm not sure for Andreas. Like, I'm sure for Sari, Singh, and me.
Right.
Maybe Link.
I just chose, I think.
Okay.
I think it's Redstone now.
With the flow coming out. And again, remember, blue team technically has the thief. Just checking out more people here. Andreas. Oh, okay, so you tried the permanent invite link and it didn't quite work?
Yep.
Ah, that's a yikes.
Big oof. Let me resolve that issue. Invite people. Oh yeah, because for some reason it is a never.
Temporary?
No limit. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So someone generate, copy. Here you go. Try that one.
Alright.
Ooh, I think.
Right, so animal picks. I'm not quite keeping up. Oh, okay, Impact is back. Impact, you're being picked for the blue team.
Alright, so Theo
Was
not
the
actually
second
playing.
pick.
Yeah. Otherwise, you were going to be like we were going to bring in a budget impact.
Yeah, don't worry. He's there, so now it's time for
Still
the
blue.
last picks for both teams here.
So you've got. What do you want? What do you want, Seth?
I don't know what everyone plays, so.
Just say. Well, what do you want, and people will kind of adapt to it.
Yeah, or at least a
Right.
role.
Okay.
you want to decide?
I'm already a support, so Tempest, I don't know if it's necessary, but Tempest would be nice, I guess.
Do you want side node or?
Side node
Isis.
would be good.
Yep. So let's check out what the side nodes are here. I'm not
you've
sure
got
if Blacksmith
Lucasso,
plays one, but yeah, Lucasso could technically swap back to to Weaver. We got Andreas around. Maybe we got Vanished with
Andreas is
Warrior.
watching.
Ah, okay, Andreas is watching. Ibr. Troublemaker. I'm not quite sure what Troublemaker is playing. And then we got Zari, the budget boys.
Budget.
Or Bagpiper boys. I like that a bit more. And we actually see Garcus coming in here as well. So
Yeah, he just asked me, but I already have Thief, so. I mean, well, wait, I actually pick Garcus because he can play Tempest and stuff as well.
Alright then. Make it clear and get him into Discord as well. I'm
Yeah,
not sure if people are. Okay, he's already in here. That's all good. And okay, we had more people joining as well. I'm now checking Discord. Alright, and with that, we got both teams here. So now if everyone is happy with how the teams are matched, proceed to go down into your team channels to red team, blue team, so we can go over team comps and get the game started.
Would you like?
Who carries in red team? We just have fucking eagles.
E-girl. More
What
ego,
did you
more
do?
ego, more ego. Oh, I see. I see. Maybe there was a sort of okay. That's honestly, that's beautiful. I like seeing red team.
I know you like it.
Probably like team Uwu or some degenerate shit. Yeah, but also, wait, there was yeah. Hello, Dawn. Welcome again.
So yeah, trust him to turn up when there's the when we start saying uwu.
Yep. Either way, I hope everyone is in the channels there where they're supposed to be. And with that, let's go over the team kills actually here. Right? Oh, Snickers, you're giving me your point of view. I'm quickly gonna yoink that. Pop out.
Oh, Christ, this way I've got to be a grown up.
Alright, good. So now let's yes. Sneakers, you can come in again for the casting if you'd want to. We see a swap coming out for the blue team, so they're adjusting their team comms. It's Garcos that's currently changing. So yeah, let's start with the red team here.
I like it. I approve. Red team looks like they are going for a power core guard, the great sword with rocking that Valkyrie amulet and Rune of the Fighter. So it's going to be fairly tanky, but at the same time, it's going to be doing big damage with that. We've also got red team on the standard DP Thief. They are running
It's
Shadow
not
Arts,
a
pretty
standard,
standard.
It's Eagle Rune.
Oh, they've switched to Eagle, have they now? They switched to Eagle.
So a lot, the health pool is a lot lower there, but potentially you have more, also more precision, which is nice, and a little bit of execute damage when people drop below a certain health threshold. Really nice for +1, but quite offensive and punishable. So if we now continue on to the Revenant, we see a power ref coming out here from the arena. Pretty standard here with Assassin's Presence and Swift Termination.
There's like what is it called? In the invocation, the second traits.
Yeah, this people usually run Rapid Flow for the permanent swiftness at the moment because this trait got butchered. It was a target of a lot of nerfs actually. But now let's get this thing rolling a bit faster and look over every single pick. We got Sari on a Sikkim Soul Beast. This is a really offensive roamer that has nice reveal to counter both impact and maybe the stealth coming out from Benzo that we'll cover later. And then lastly we see an interesting pick here coming out from Furious. She's currently swapping her build, so we'll check that out in a little bit.
What it looks like what she's running. She looks like she's going to be pushing that potential old school decap scrapper or something heavy condi.
So yeah, this was pretty much theory crafted as a reply to the quite tanky bunker core guardian build, but it looks like we actually don't see that coming out, but instead a support core guardian. Then we got Benzo on the classical Nate Hollismith build with flashbang, however, so going for less sustain and burst damage, but instead for nasty blinds. Then again we got this really interesting power core necromancer. I've played that actually myself recently with sort of a similar build here. And then we got Impact rolling with Shadow Arts Thief and Dark Arcos here, who joined in with pretty standard blood magic Reaper. He also changed from Soul Bobs to Vital Persistence because of the sustain that will come out from this core guardian. However, we have to mention that there's that he's currently running Filma Wrath instead of Renewed Focus. That means it might be easier to pin down in these team fights if Red Team will ever go for them. It looks like they will more go for a very snowbally and comp, and then just try to hold onto a side node. So it's pretty much one node setup, a lot of roamers and a lot of packed burst damage. Red Team really needs constant kills rolling in to get a lead in this match, otherwise it's really hard.
So Feifei running exactly what I thought they were going to run is the decap mine scrapper. Very punishing for builds, which does very little damage or next to no damage, but can essentially rip boons and push you off the node for fun. Very useful on this map, as the nodes are quite small on those sides.
And now we're just waiting for the teams to ready up. Whoops, wrong chat cover here. And yeah, with that, we can pretty much get started here at this point. We're going for one screen right now at the moment. And yeah, it's just some downtime right now, but the people got readied up. So with that, the team, yeah, the match will get rolling right now. Quickly gonna get a little sip.
Little sip. Ooh, that ASMR.
Yep, y'all love to hear it. Either way, let's get this game started. Because it seems like Red Team has drafted some quite aggressive, quite interesting comp here. Scrapper contesting close, but let's see how the rest of Red Team splits. Because they could potentially go for a very aggressive far push, but at the same time, if we look at that, Blue Team aims to approach middle on that way to contest into Furious, and it looks like all the 4 members are actually pushing into here. Both teams completely ignoring middle. Both 1v4s taking place. Red Team, if we look at that, executed that perfectly onto Benzo. He went down, but Furious, she's still alive and gets into the safety of this base. With that, both side nodes will most likely be picked up here, but Red Team was faster through their execution, and with that, Sari is capping already, whereas Isa is stealthing up the Revenant, who hasn't gotten a lot of stealth, so she might be a vulnerable target here, because Impact now stealthing up. People have Basilisk Venom, and with that, the stun setup is there. Revenant is forced to use her heal already. And now pressure coming out onto the core Necro. Sari has a lot of range pressure, but I'm not sure if they can really hold onto the node. And now Garkos instantly goes for this Lich. We know that there's no heal on the Revenant, for instance. And yeah, Sari should be sort of out of defense quite soon. Mid now being neutralized, and it's just Red Team is... Oh, there's a kill coming out actually onto Lorena here. Sari is up there in sort of safety, but Red Team managed to pick up both side nodes, which is a viable choice for them, but they're really dependent on kills, and if they'd... Oh, pressure coming out onto Garkos right here at this moment. Spectral Walk still available, as well as Shroud, but he will be trained down. Impact now coming in, but he couldn't get Garkos stealthed and everything, and with that he will go down. We see Red Team going for this double node approach, which really seems to work out quite well at the moment. Furious bunkering 2 players here, because it's just a Power Necro and a Support Guardian who just has a bit of CC but nothing more. And Scrapper is such an efficient pick into this, honestly. And now with Lorena coming in, there's more pressure on the Reaper, the Necro.
Benzo managed to pick up the kill on Andreas, securing that home node for the blue team. Shybella pushing in. Not much the Thief can do against Benzo, but they can contest it just to keep that those ticks going into the red team's favor.
But however, neutralized. Benzo is probably low on cooldowns because of that match, although Alex is still available, which is why he will now push in. But let's have a look at this team fight, because Thief will most likely be pressured off here. And yeah, Sari still holds his node neutral, but blue team is now trying to roll in. However, they do not seem to execute this entire thing well, because they cannot hold onto the nodes. And there's a kill coming out onto Mad Flow. Serenity or Sethi going for the rest here. But there's some CC pressure coming out. However, Garkos is there as well. Potentially there's a blood necro rest, but we see people being pressured off all over the place. Red team had to disperse, and Impact punishing that 13k HP thief pick here, and with that they're both getting the rest and a kill. And this is pretty much what blue team needed to get into this game, because they really need map pressure, because red team played this so efficiently with the Scrapper, who's just guarding home by herself, and Lorena now being picked up. This is the snowball that needs to get rolling. We see the Necro already rolling in for that. And
Sari making an excellent rotation there, pushing back in around from the mine into the waterfall, allowing them to pressure Benzo and potentially get that kill with that huge Sicken burst that it's able to provide. Benzo just managing to survive, get back in that node, securing that side node for the red team, allowing them to potentially snowball into mid with the outnumber.
Yeah, however, blue team's guard is just there in time to prevent the decap coming out from the red thief. But again, both sides are being picked up for red node. However, there was a huge outnumber happening here on the mine, downing Furious, and with that, this 2-node setup is crumbling, and blue team might be able to snowball this match. However, the Guardian just went down already, and we see the Stomp coming out from Sari. However, there's no stability and the stealth there to prevent it, but Garkos is now pulling the Lich to sort of get some pressure. However, red team managed to actually get that kill. And with that, the support for the Necro is gone, and he has to respect that. He now has to walk away yet again, which is really unfortunate. Impact dropping very low here. And there's not enough peel from the Necro that he can offer to Impact. And with that, he's probably forced. He has full Shroud. He will survive no matter what, and the support is there, and yeah, just to save him yet again. Rest coming actually out onto Impact, but red team, they really came back from this quite early. Scrapper is picking up the home node for free, and this looks super well for them, because they recovered quite nicely.
Back happening on that waterfall fight, Benzo is able to just stack up that might with that Holosmith and able to just constantly push, always crying off that node. He stacks up that 25 might, jumps in, drops a nade, just enough to get always crying off the node, and essentially forcing that decap. Always crying able to have a little bit more sustain, but the burst is just too much.
Yeah, and talking of too much burst, red team with their stacked DPS comms pushed out blue team, because it seemed like they really coordinated some nice spikes, even though we were just having muted e-girls in here. Very nice coordination coming out overall from the red team, and I'm really surprised by how well they are doing in these team fights. However, always crying went down here, and Benzo was successful, even though he was being answered to by a thief. And now, yeah, the guard will most likely be cleaved out. Garkos is coming back in, and with that they should pick up their home node. This is pretty nice, but blue team overall has generated a 150 point lead, which is quite huge. And the question is if blue team can really get away from this. Thief instantly going for the decap here, but Guardian is there, and she immediately turns away. And now Benzo is being pressured as we're speaking here because he pulled his Elixir, just kites away.
Legacy of the Fourfire is one of those maps where if you get a snowball going, it's very, very hard to essentially come back from. The map is quite small, moving from node to node. It's easy vantage points. You can collapse onto mid very easily from either of the side nodes. So it's very difficult to come back, and it's be interesting to see if blue team can make it happen.
Right, now as we're speaking, Garcus is being pressured out quite substantially here. Revenant and Ranger getting the pick onto that. And again, there are kills rolling in constantly for Red Team, which is all they need to do, because then they can really punish this hard. No one is contesting the mine again, which is why the Scrapper is now roaming into the team fight. She's able to do that because she sees impact right now on the minimap. Fighting there on blue team's home node or red team's far, and now with that all the CC coming out, there's a kill onto Mad Flow, and the guard won't be able to even touch that because the CC is so ridiculous that this build has, and there's no renewed focus on the guard, which might be a little saver here, just extra defense. But
the Wolfpack sniper making huge plays with the damage potential. Just dropping a simple rapid fire is enough to pressure anyone to blow up most of their cooldowns for the defensive capabilities.
And now it looks like all blue team does is pretty much contest this the far node, but they lost both sides. Impact being sort of pressured here by the Sycam Soul Beast, which is obviously nice, and some more reveals coming out from the Revenant, and they're training down Impact. They really are just happy with having these two nodes. They're not really looking to hard commit onto this node right now at the moment, but now that blue team tries to pick up the mid node, red team needs to make a decision on what to focus on, because they need to group. They need a so-called pain train, which is packing a lot of DPSs in one place, and Lorena is just by herself here, while the other DPS players and Fefe are currently looking to 3v2 far.
So the Revenant holding that 1v2, just as Always Crying comes to even out the fight in that 2v2 scenario. This would be a perfect opportunity for the blue team Thief to essentially go get that decap, which it looks like Impact is going to do straight away out of spawn, potentially limiting the red team's snowball here.
Yeah, but the 3v2 was successful for the red team. They got a kill here onto Benzo, and they're looking to pressure Garkos off as well. And then the Revenant created a good amount of value by just staying outnumbered there and surviving that essentially. But now it's a 3v1 taking place. Impact is there to punish it, and Always Crying is looking to pressure again the sides now that they lost a member. However, there was the kill coming out onto Mad Flow, but Sethi is able to just pick that up just in time. And Sari is not really looking to ever contest that. The node is capped for them. She's just pressuring Flow off, and now another down coming out, but the Guardian is there in time, and he has cooldowns to just rest that easily and get through that. More heals and everything is available, so I don't see how Sari could get a kill in the recent time. However, the Scrapper is now technically there. The heal being pulled while Necro was in Shroud, not really getting anything here. This is a really, really important skill that had to be on top of Flow, because now we see two DPSers of Red Team picking that up, and Always Crying. This sort of 1v1 matchup, and Red Team really execute this super well. They're going for a sort of 2-node setup, and the Guardian is acting sort of as a side node sometimes, but he's also really catching up with the roams, punishing blue team's sort of lack of coordination. We see one member already quitting there, but the game is over totally here. So with that, Red Team really strong performance, great execution, honestly. So with that, Red Team takes this game away, and welcome to the stream, Little Ram. Yeah. So
really nice performance there from Red Team. Just able to, as soon as the damage from say the Sycam and the Power Rev with the Power Thief combined, is pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Don't health bars, and I like it.
To like protest this, you know, like putting two bunkers on the side note is just.
I approve. I love first comps.
That was harsh.
Love it. Yeah. It's that Sycam Soul Beast. It's like 40k damage from range. It's beautiful, but so dumb.
Also, thanks for the follow, Rem. And I'm quickly going to leave for a few minutes. Meanwhile, set up your teams again. I hope you're able to do that without my help. And Ace, following here as well. So yeah, I'm going for a quick break. Enjoy your time, guys. Be right
Go
back.
ahead. Thank you for the follows, guys. Who wants to be team captain now?
Not me. I'm just running around.
Someone at random.
Okay. Do you want me to do the dice again?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, Lisa wants to be team captain.
I want to be
She
team
joined.
captain. Can I be?
Okay, so who's the team captain? Okay, Manflow. You team flow. Right, okay, that's cool.
Focus.
Thank you. We try and make it as balanced as possible rather than going, right, let's try and get it as stacked as possible. We're all about the GG.
Yeah.
Just have that in mind so it's not like going, right, give me all of...
Who wants to play so I can know how?
well, what do you want? That's the best thing. You go build
I want
what team you want.
A decent team fighting, you know. So,
Okay. So, do you want a support or another team fighter?
I want the Revenant Teeth, and that's basically what I want.
Okay, well, tell people. Okay, so Flo, you can go first because you're Necro and you don't have.
Plays Rev? I asked Bree, but is Bree here?
So anyone play Rev? Say
you have
type in if you type in map chat. Type in map chat what you want, and then people will tell you if they play it or not.
The one Rev, let's try it.
Any volunteers?
For Reverence for Travis, yeah. Wait, is Lorena still here?
Come on, we have tier off there. Come on, Aiken. We know.
Whoa, I'm gonna flame. Okay.
Right. Does anybody play Rev?
No, Bree covered it.
Okay. So Bree's gonna go Rev, I believe. Okay, so we got Rev on blue team. Your choice. Okay. Man, everybody's wants it. Impact. Impact is a popular guy.
He's kind of retarded, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, the spec in general.
So we've got to. I don't know if Impact's AFK. We'll go on the assumption that he is, and red team have got Impact. So blue team, you get to pick.
Right. Also, I'm back, and
yeah, we're trying to get there.
Back,
Impact is on red team. He has gone AFK once again, but Impact is on red team. We are waiting for blue to pick. Vanished on blue. Yeah. Okay. Impact, you are red.
Oh, maybe he blocked me.
well, that might be possible.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. I think so.
I mean, he's in Discord, so he can hear you.
Big oof. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Like ranked is a salty environment. Okay.
I think I've got like 2 people blocked on my actual block list. I think I'm pretty PMA.
Yeah, same.
I clean it
I've got one. I
clean it out every month, just to be sure.
Just say rage out. Okay, so we've got Impact. So red team. Who did we say?
I'm asking for classes. I don't know what.
What do you want?
I don't know. Just
Want a support? Or is support overrated and you just got pure damage?
Okay, let's. I like Mirage. Let's go.
Mirage. The one time I switch off Thief. Yes, I want to lose. Nah, go portal plays. Portal plays. That's what we want.
Yeah, so we see Sari running the Mirage. However, there's no portal. It looks like she's running, yeah, it's Hellsef's version of Mirage. Without, with a power lock and power block
nice. I do like
coming
it.
out. A very crucial skill to get some sort of lockdown going. And just quickly showing that here.
Okay, so blue.
I was quickly going back to that, and yeah.
Okay, we're getting Laurie on the blue team.
You're asking blue? Say again?
Ooh, another Mirage.
I need the bunker. I need the side noder. That's what I need.
You've got a couple of guards in there. You've got Lucasso, who's on a Necro. I'm sure he could run some scumbaggery Necro bunker or some other variation. I'll go Mender Staff Thief.
Oh yeah, great choice there.
Yeah, no, right.
Get to my team, you know?
No, I'm not going Mender Staff. I'm not going to hinder people for that. I can go Call Guard if you really want me to.
If you want side note, of course, man.
Yeah, if you want me to go side note. I'm not fantastic at it.
Our team is kind of lacking a side note. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, well, I will go on a Budget Andreas. On someone.
Yeah, somebody already changed.
On blue team or red team?
The red team.
Oh, okay, red team's already got one. Okay, that's cool. So blue team's choice now?
They choose Andre.
Alright, so last pick here. And after that we can actually go for more games. Andre's still eating. But yeah, make your choice. Alright, so again, if everyone is happy with how the teams are matched, proceed to go down into your team channels. You can, yeah, sort of prepare your team strats there. Yeah, we cover the builds and get the game rolling. Alright, looks like people are joining, so we can start to roll over these builds here. Further 4. Good. So let's just start off with red team again. We got this still the quite interesting core power necro build coming out here from Flow. We got Bree on the French worm technology, the renegade build with retribution here. Then we got Impact running core apparently, which is kind of nice.
Core
SD
nice
Thief.
It's nice. I like it. I approve.
My main class, beautiful. It will always have a place in my heart. And then we see Sari coming out with Carrion, Sword Pistol, Axe Torch, Mirage build here. And then as well the core, and the core Guardian going for the bunker version. However, it is running Mendis and not Sage, which is a quite...
I believe he's running some sort of... he's running more of a support, I believe, a support variation, which is interesting because I would have run a staff over the choice.
It's not really supportive at all. It's just meant as a side node build. It's just not capitalizing on the passive burn trade, but instead it's just looking for more raw healing and less node pressure. That's pretty much what it is. However, there's some blue team, there's some rerolls coming out there for their team. We see an interesting Fire Weaver version here, which looks sort of similar to Blam Weaver, which we have recently covered on our podcast. Blam was a guest over there. And for everyone interested, you can search Guild Wars 2 Arena Labs PvP on Spotify or, for example, Podbean. We have multiple links down on our YouTube. There you can actually check out a weekly PvP podcast from our Arena Labs team. But now it looks like Blue Team has finally finished their comp here. And yeah, we're seeing that a very, very toughness stacked Weaver. We see a Decap Scrapper, which is a great reply to the Core Guardian that we just mentioned here. It has a favorable matchup, especially since there's not the stability trait being run here. Sorry, the utility skill. Then we see a Spellbreaker, quite outdated, but still lovely to see. Also running Endured Pain here. And then we got a Tempest and Reaper duo. Yep, Liched. It's a great name choice for the Demolisher, Lynx Rune, Blood Magic Reaper that is about to come out from the arena here.
Making use of a fan favorite greatsword rather than the staff. Obviously, want us to get that big DPS going off and the pulls available to.
However, it is happening again. Fefe, she mentioned it recently. Soul marks. Your staff marks become unblockable and generate the life force when triggered. There are no staff marks in this build except for this one on dodge. This is a great pick, and it technically is a kind of significant mistake in here, since that trait is also pretty big value here. But
so,
aside
Ellie, what would you run? Would you potentially run Speed of Shadows or Undying Blast? Because personally, I would probably go for Undying Blast for the extra DPS value with the vulnerability.
No.
Really?
Look, it's 6 seconds.
You've got a Tempest. Yep.
No. You see, the on one hand, the swiftness is quite neat because then it fills up like spectral.
But you get
100% quickness. Sorry, swiftness, and the conditions being removed there is quite big. It's pretty much a must on a lot of roaming builds that we see in World v World, for example. But yeah, either way, it's still it won't be a game changer. This one wrong trait here, but it looks like blue team is yet again re-rolling.
They have switched it.
Yeah.
Obviously here in the stream.
My team captain ignores me. Fefe being bullied yet again. Yeah, but so far it looks like Farius is re-rolling and then all these teams are set. Impact making again the choice to take Flickering Shadows over Leeching Venoms, which we can see is, you see, a little life siphon healing and a little bit extra damage. He prefers the 33% damage reduction upon reveal, respecting oh, actually, okay, at first I saw, okay, this is a quite interesting pick coming out here from Farios. But it might just be a weird build mesh up from different templates. But we'll see in this second how this will actually play out, because she's just building her build at the moment, I suppose. Because right now it looks like a Condi version. Pretty much to reply to the Mirage in case she has the side note against that. We see the Dwarf coming out with the Stab and some Condi cleanses, as well as Lockdown. And then Assassin stands to, just catch up. So this is overall pretty... Okay, so we can confirm this is a spectator bug. Oh no, actually...
Yeah, so at the moment I've got Legendary Demon Stance and...
okay, so... Spaghetti Code coming out from ANET, great choice in addition to our game.
We will see when the animations start what is happening.
Yeah, but we see a 3-node split potentially coming out for the blue team. However, Vanished has to respect Breezy's fearlessly engaging onto that. However, now he's looking to engage into Isa here, who's on the very high toughness and projectile defensive build. So that's technically a good 1v1 for her. However, Sari is there with the Condi pressure to really answer to that. And blue team has picked up the middle node as Weaver might be pressured off the node here. They have picked up this node, and it looks like Lorena was pressured there for a second, but the Tempest is there, and the Warrior didn't quite make it onto far yet. However, he has superior mobility compared to that, and now we see the downset coming out, but the rest is there, and the question is, the cleave was not there in time to actually get that. And with that, now, obviously Vanished is trying to reach the decap here in time. He might even get it, and this would be pretty big, but at the same time, Lorena was able to pick up the Core Necro yet again. And this means that blue team might be able to get a nice lead from that. Thanks for the follows coming in here. At the moment, we'll check that in a bit, but right now blue team sort of holds onto their node. However, Sari managed to get the decap, and right now as we're speaking, both elementalists are here sort of grouping on their home node, which is pretty much the good decision, because the 2v2 from Thief and Renegade is not going to do anything against the support holding onto a side node. But then the Tempest is really not there for the Revenant and the Reaper here.
So Reaper and the Condi Rev making use of the big team fight potential in that mid. shutting down the red team's impact. Impact looking low. Lego going to be making use of that Axe 5 to potentially chase him down. Yup, Lich is going down. Impact is going down. That is huge. A huge play for blue team. It means that no decaps, no +1s are going to be coming in for the red team now.
And essentially, the really big thing here, why this play was even possible, is because Vanish was outnumbered here. He was being answered to by Sari and possibly even Lucaso, and he survived that scenario here. Yes, red team picked up the node for that, but he really created a lot of value there because blue team was able to outnumber as well. And since he didn't die, he can still contest, he still keeps someone there, and this is big value for them. Blue team has picked up 2 nodes, and with that they're going to slowly tick away. Impact getting the decap just in time, and Benzo looks like he can't really take that, sorry, not Benzo, but Vanished, doesn't really want to take the 1v1. Bree, however, winning his 1v1 here, but Lucaso was there, used the glyph to secure the rest here onto that 1v1 taking place, and now with the tornado coming out, just knocking that downset body away, Lucaso is now looking to bunker the bell here, which is now coming up, which is the objective of the map. It can create a nice 4th node to really create some, to really mix things up.
Really important play here. Blue team is managing to get both of their bunkers on that bell, so essentially stall it out for as long as possible, allowing blue team to, similar to what we saw in Skyhammer earlier, tick away the points in their favor to create the biggest lead as possible. The first bell is only a couple of points, so it is not a big issue if it is lost.
However, a big issue will be the potential deaths coming out, but both Lucaso and Sari got away. They were there with the silver health, but now Lucaso is dropping down, and red team is there to punish that. They're cleaving out. Impact on 1 HP. If now they really have to get this, rest. Lich, however, Lorena not going for the rest there, and this will mean Impact will rally, and he might get away with a sliver of health yet again. And red team, with that kill, question is, do they really turn the bell? They look to walk away from the bell and try to get map pressure instead. And honestly, I'm happy with that. Give them 25 points. But you pretty much punish that a lot harder. Also, Impact is destroying this worm here, which is a stun break for the blue team's Necro. He's dropping super low right now. Both rolls being chained here, and they're keeping the bell neutral, and at the same time they picked up 3 nodes at this point. So red team has a huge comeback from the point deficit. However, Sari with a lot of CC pressure there, getting Lorena down. Lucaso, however, is there. He has the mist form, and the glyph just came out, getting Lorena back to full health, and now Lorena is in the Lich here, but Vanished is being pressured off so hard.
Mad flow going down there from the Lich, as well as Impact dying just off the node. This could be a perfect opportunity for blue team if they capitalize on this. Lucaso getting pretty pressured here. If Lucaso can hold this node, dropping that Obsidian Flesh, allowing to get away, can red team freeze there, ready for the damage on the Renegade? Lucaso pushing onto his team.
It looks like they're going for Resis here instead of the bell. However, Isa is still there to hold onto this node. Question is if red team will now commit onto the cleave here. Sari is there as well. There's a lot of CC, and with Bree a lot of nice cleave as well. And the thing is
Real questionable decision was the blue team pushing towards the red team's home node instead of pushing towards their home, which would be easier for respawns if they potentially did go down.
Yeah, exactly, because now if you look at the map, blue team has the mid node uncontested, taking for them. Welcome to the stream, and overall it looks kind of dangerous because right now for red team to hold on to this state of the map, it's really not beneficial. However, they managed to pick up this bell, and now with that small little point lead, they might be able to get something done. Furious being bleared out here, but people are there to answer to that. The question is if they really commit onto the rest. Lorena as a blood magic reaper could get something done here, but she's being pressured herself. Really coming out with huge DPS spikes here, also managing to land the CC, and with that they're picking up more and more kills, and red team is actually able to get back from their point deficit. They were over 100 points behind, and now they're looking very healthy here. Taunt coming out, yet another kill from Bree. He's instantly going for the stomp. This is pretty big, and Lorena is being pressured out as well. Lucaso attempting the res here with the misform, but it's not going to be enough. Sari with the invuln, a great stomp coming out there. And now the second bell is already in play. Take it away, Sneaks.
Interesting choice there. Bree, instead of capping that home node, decided to push him with the team. They do have the midpoint capped, but it is an easy decap as blue team potentially do have the teleports from the warrior. Well, not the teleports from the warrior, but the ability to duel on that mid node and remove it from red team's play. I'm not sure why red team chose to essentially give up their home node and not cap it, but who knows?
Yeah, and now Impact is looking to approach red team's home node, where Farius is holding onto the only cap of the map right now. But again, at the same time, there was a downside actually coming out. Lucaso was super pressured here, but the Reaper is able to get the res. Cold Necro by himself is not able to deliver as much damage. And now there are cooldowns available for Lucaso to sustain. However, the Mirrored Spike, a lot of CC, and actually getting that down, great coordination here. They have to go for the rest again, but Sari has such a long F4. Lucaso forced into the misform here. Can blue team really get this kill? Lorena coming out with the Lich. This Lich is huge value. Yeah, the question is if they can get the cleave in time. However, Lucaso was rest, and with that, Sari will go down.
Looking back on blue team's home node, Bree and I believe Impact was able to get
a kill here onto the Farius. Yeah, and with that they have a node picked up again, and red team really seems to recover from this. However, blue team might be able to pick up that mid node finally, but their team fight is not not punishing enough really. And Lucaso even goes down. Great coordination by Thief and Revenant here, and with that the Reaper might be the next potential target. At the same time, Sari with her Merit, so much value here. Getting a plus as well, so it looks like red team really is so predominant on these nodes, and Bell is now in play. They could pick that up and pretty much put a nail into the coffin for the blue team here, because blue team is now regrouping on their home node. Lego Hands picking that up, but Bell is uncontested right now.
On paper, I would have probably put the game in blue team's favor, running the heavy neck. Well, you've got the Reaper and the Tempest combo pushing that team fight, but the ability which Impact and Sari are able to offer on the map is just invaluable. You've got huge +1s and huge burst potentials able to shut down blue team.
Yeah, and again, okay, now the Vanished managed to pick up the mid node and neutralize it to make these 0.6 sort of even, but I don't see how blue team can really turn this fight on the Bell around. Lucaso now has to get away from the node to sort of peel for his Reaper, but with that, Isa is going down, and now forced into the mist form. Sari was going for the stomp there, just misforming off a node, and Lorena now can be easily targeted as well as Lucaso, and with that, red team really snowball hard. And with the Bell mechanic, it's so punishing.
With the Bell mechanic, even though they did lost, the blue team are able to potentially secure the map. We've got King Vanished on the red team's home node, but at the same time, red team are just collapsing straight onto blue team's home.
Exactly, but what do they have? They have one player to defend home, they have one player to defend far, and Impact is even able to get this decap here at this point, because this game looks so strong for the red team here. It is over. Sari picks up the stomp here. Blue team might be able to pick up middle. It's not contested, but it doesn't matter because home is secured, and with this, they're able to take this game away. And if we look at the timeline, they were behind by pretty much 100 points, but we see both all the bells being picked up for them. Such a good comeback mechanic, and pretty much a throw from blue team if you'd want to say, but I think Sari created so much value with the power lock and with the CC coming out that this it's a really just really well executed thing here, and then blue team wasn't able to recover from that, so GG's at this point.
Okay, so we're all in agreement. Mesmer is definitely needing nerfed as it is overpowered. Looking at that gameplay there, we go off that one example.
Exactly, and Lich is completely fine if we looked at that as well.
Yep, Lich is perfectly balanced, and Mesmer needs nerfed. That is exactly what we need to go off. To be fair, that's probably what ArenaNet are going to do to it.
Oh, also, I noticed that we were actually in the moderation view here, which is kind of yikes. We got one POV, but not on the full screen. Kind of yikes, but
Oh well.
Whatever.
I wasn't even paying attention to that. I got it open next to me. I just blanked it.
Professional streaming setup here, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, let's be honest. It's budget podcast, budget casting.
Budget.
Okay, I feel we need to get a budget impact in there. Crayola, get on the team.
No, I'm not going to be the captain.
Hello, Ferios. Hello.
Hey, Brie.
Oh, shit.
Well, personally, for me, I am probably gonna. I don't know if I want to jump off. Can decide. I can maybe shout about one.
Alright, I'm back from my mute. And Snix, you're not going to slack. You're not going to slack here.
Good college, man. But okay, I'll do one more game. I'll shout about one more game.
Alright, people are already joining in. Question is if you want to go for team captain drafts, or just at this point make it free to join for everyone.
Let's do free for all.
Yep.
Free to
So
join.
whoever wants to join in, you can join. Characters on the Connie Thief.
Ugh.
Ooh. And Failure is going off here, so in
make sure
case
you-
she's here in the stream, thanks for joining for that. Great contribution, and yeah.
Yes, thank you for joining.
For those who don't know, I know Illy mentioned it earlier. We host these every Sunday. We also have our podcast. We have our YouTube channel. Crayola uploads all these matches. Well, the good matches onto YouTube. We upload the podcast that's available on Spotify and Podbean and YouTube when we get round to uploading those. But yeah, there's a lot of content we're going to try and push out. Also, I'm gonna do a bit of a shout out while we've got people watching. We've got I know there's the Delusional Elitists. They're doing a monthly tournament now. So it's aimed at sort of your fairly decent level. It's not if you've won a gizmo, you ain't entering. You're too good. You can wear that belt with pride and say I'm too good for that tournament. But anyone who needs a team, try and get yourself a team. Get involved. The more teams, the better. We've got the Welcome to PvP Discord, which is owned by Tricon. Get yourselves in there if you're not part of that. Brilliant place to learn PvP and get involved with the coaches. So if you need help on a good class, there's people there to help.
Appreciate
also,
it.
nice. We got
just
more
ask?
people joining in again. Yes.
Can I just ask a question, bro?
go on.
Surely.
When you said about that new tournament,
Mhm.
whoever was Delusional, what was it? sorry?
Elitist. I can send you all the information. I will even ping it in the chat if I can find
The information for that stuff is as well in the Discord in the information tab.
Is it in this Discord? Is it events? No.
Yeah, but it's meant to be a monthly tournament as well, and it's taking place in between these monthly tournaments, the official MATs, and yeah.
Sorry, am I hearing right? It's like for more amateurs.
There are going to be good teams in there.
Of course, there'll be good people, yeah, but like not your top teams, yeah.
It's not Worms, not rank 55, all that sort of.
Ideal.
Well, I'm the best player in yours, so you know.
Beautiful. Yeah. So Gizmo, people who've earned a Gizmo and won MAT are disqualified from there, and it's really just trying to get them to compete on the same level, while not being stumped. So yeah, just more just like what we're doing here. We're trying to get people into like more of the higher leagues, more into the competitive scene, really while being a nice entry for everyone.
Yeah,
Either
so
way,
I've
Sukaya
put in
actually
the-
went in here, so that's
I
nice to see
appreciate
him.
people are doing it because I tell you, a lot of games like there's always that war, there's always that lock to get into like the competitive scene.
No,
That's what
exactly.
we're trying to bridge the gap. We're
Yeah, I
trying to bridge the
appreciate it.
gap.
Exactly. We got people reaching from rank 2 to formerly rank 2 demigod of the arena to some people who just about hit plat 1, plat 2 sometimes. And as long as they have the guidance, as long as they have the guidance
That's me.
by by other people, they're able to really like deal a decent performance in here. And honestly, we want to
Let's
deliver
be
the
honest,
content for that.
rating and ranked is a shit show. Like, yes, it can be manipulated. I personally don't think it's a true. Like, yes, it's a kind of reflection, but it's not a true reflection of one's individual skill. Personally, I think if you're a monthly winner and team play should be encouraged in this game,
Absolutely.
as in ranked, everyone will have the
solo
like,
carry
yeah,
mentality.
the 1v9 because that's what it is. It's 1v9.
I mean, I bet there's still people doing like queues at like 1 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the morning and that. You know,
there is.
I'm sure
Which
there is.
team
It never
play?
stops.
I would always respect someone who's won a monthly over someone who came top 10 in the ranked. Personally,
However, both are very, very good indicators.
Oh yeah, very
of,
good. Yeah. Both are going to be good players, but I feel like team play, I just value that more.
Either way, it looks like one person was re-rolling for the blue team here, but let's actually look at these team comps and how stacked or unstacked these teams are actually. Because we got Garkos, we got Sukaya, really, really strong Holosmith here.
I'm excited.
Question is if he's... Oh yeah, he's actually already here, so that's great.
Shall we get people going into their respective channels? Because then we can talk about all the good stuff.
At least the red team, yes, but the question is if people are just re-rolling for the blue team or if they will come back.
Because I am excited because there is one individual
passwords.
For what? For these arenas.
Yeah.
Malik.
Yeah.
In what?
INH0. Like not 0, Inho2. Like is in house almost. I'll forget.
Inho2.
All
Yeah,
small letters. Yeah,
Dude,
we got
is anyone else's build being garbage?
No.
Yeah.
No, your audio is just
Understand
really,
the
really over the top right now. So I'm just gonna.
What, like laggy or loud?
Both. Both, in fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're also welcome to join in here, and for the others in here, feel free to join blue team if you'd want to. If the teams got too uneven,
we'll get involved.
Yeah, just like last time when we let 3 people off Quarantine Crusader play against
yeah,
not a coordinated team.
Let's get coordinated team who's played together for ages, fight a bunch of randoms.
Exactly.
Yeah, that game did hurt.
Yeah, that was a bit on me, but still, it was fine after all.
It's all
because
good
it
fun,
really
yeah.
demonstrated how to play properly this 2-node setup and going for sites.
Okay.
Yeah, to be honest, I knew after the game finished, I was like, I played shit that.
Either way, one more player for blue team, and then we can start. Bree, Lucaso, maybe Andreas has finished eating after all that time. Also, keep in mind we do not allow specialization stacking unless it's, for example, a Condi ref and a Power ref who have different amulets, different builds, and pretty much different roles. That's like the only limitation class-wise that we have in here.
Yeah, so you can't run a decap scrapper and a standard meta scrapper.
Because both are opting to contest the side node. Or stack 3 to 4 fucking renegades like some French madmans.
French technology.
Yeah, but either way, people are already joining the teams.
Yeah, let's go into your
nice. Now
channels.
that Casa joined, people can join their team channels. We'll go over the builds and hopefully get started with one of our last games potentially. Let's see.
I'm excited for one particular build which is in here. I want to kind of shout out once people go into their respective channels. I don't know. Is everybody in there? So shall we just start?
3 out of 5. Well, we still have to move Garkos. That's fine. Garkos went out. Okay. Yeah, so now we're by ourselves.
Okay,
technically. So now we can start.
So I'll do red team. So we've got a Condi Thief coming in from Garkos here. It's pretty standard. They're running the Thieves Guild for the huge burst potential. You've got Vampire Kid running a Berserker Reaper for that big DPS. They're running great sword with Rune of Speed to make use of that Speed of Shadows trait. We have got one of my favorite builds, which Illy has been running with me. Is a big Power Shatter Mesmer. It is insane DPS. It is super squishy though.
However, not using Seize the Moment. She's running with Chronophantasma, which sort of delays the illusion spawns, and I feel like the perma quickness is a lot more value. On Condi, yes, I definitely go with Chronophantasma, but this variation I strongly disagree with actually.
Okay, so we've got the pretty standard grenades hollow by the looks of things by 2-bit. We've got Impact. Is that an Impact Wall? Running basically a core Core Necro with Wizard Amulet, so it's a nice in-between sort of burst and
Yeah, so
Condi
with
spam.
this power damage and a little bit of precision, also another thing to mention, Fury gives a little bit more precision. It's 25% crit chance. He can make much better use of the Lich form and its auto attacks. It's even ran on Condi builds, the Lich form, for its power damage. Therefore, I don't see an issue with its skill whatsoever. But now let's quickly go over blue team because they picked up a Condi called Necro. Running again with the Terror trait here, as well as Carrion and Speed, so a lot of vitality. We got Crayola running around with the Shadow Arts Thief, running Shadow's Rejuvenation. We got a Decap Druid, quite nice side note build actually,
Love it.
as well as
Love
a very, very interesting Mirage build here, going for Signets and a Condi version. However, no Sage, actually just sticking to Carrion, more Condi, more, a little bit less power. And then lastly we got Lucasso. But it looks like blue team now tries to push in. But we see this great kiting spot coming out here. It went from this area on top of there. And with that he completely negates the blue team's engage. And now we have to look at the team fight here. Because the Vampire Kid is sort of standing on node. But it looks like they're grouping, like sort of splitting up a bit. And someone like the Chrono could be isolated so easily, but Lorena going in for the big play onto Crayola here. However, Lucasa is there to get rid of, sort of catch him. But now with the Gravity Well, there was a lot of pressure coming in. However, Crayola is now forced out, and Lorena might be the target herself because she has no cooldowns available.
Vampire Kid looking pretty pressured as well. Looks like the Druid is chasing him for that kill, along with the Mesmer. Mesmer's pretty low there, dropping down from the red team, now dropping 2. Is
yeah, and humongous toolkit, Tsukaya dropping the nades, and so much DPS and cleave, and with that he's going to recover his team off of that very, very scary situation. Picked up his home node, and now he's looking to roam. However, the Thief could potentially go for the decap, and now look at that awareness. He sees the Druid, yep, instantly goes there.
Making a huge play there, stealthing out Lucasso and himself, avoiding the Thieves Guild, and are able to get his Tempest out of there. That would have been a real bad play if the blue team support went down.
However, Crayola is now looking very, very pressured, 200 HP. However, he has Shadow's Rejuvenation. He should be fine here. But we see there's not really a lot of node pressure coming out from blue team. The Tempest now picks up the home node, and this is overall a pretty slow game. Good decap here coming out from Crayola at the other side of the map, where the decap Druid is sort of trolling around middle. And now again, what we're seeing here is yet more pressure onto the Mirages.
So this should be a perfect opportunity for Crayola to prep that far node for the decap Druid, essentially to bunk that up.
But they're not really capitalizing on this outnumbered escape here by Florilla. They could have really gotten some nodes taking, and now mid being picked up and neutralized. This is not the value that they could have had. And now Garkos is looking to +1 the Druid, but the projectile defense is there. And now a Core Necro looks to 1v1 into Tsukaya. The Condi pressure is nice, but Tsukaya has so much scary burst damage that he could shred through all of that with the nade spam coming out, as well as the supply crate. And with that, he's pretty much finishing off that.
So an unfortunate 1v1 happening on red team's home node. It seems to be the Necro versus the Holosmith. Although he's getting plussed by the blue team's. So it's the Necro and never mind, he's got out of that. It was the Druid. I couldn't figure out who it was. Too many people with C's in their name, so it's like Crayola, Con, and Florilla.
But either way, with this, red team is now going to pick up 2 nodes, and this is quite big because with these nodes sticking, they can finally capitalize on their kills potentially. Impact being a bit pressured out here by the Weave and Core Necro duo. It's interesting that we see double Core Necro, but now with Florilla coming in, this might look like a really good kill. And Garrus wanted to drop the Shadow Refuge there for the peel, but Impact ran straight away from that, and now he goes down. There was such a good attempt, but now with that, Lucasa is going to get the stomp, and Vampire Kid looking to pressure that even more. But I'm not sure if they can really hold on to this. The good thing is, red team has picked up these nodes, therefore they're still sort of ticking well in points, and blue team, they don't spread out and try to get these outnumbered and get the snowball rolling. Just the
Crayola going for
execution
the
of this isn't great.
Crayola attempted to get the kill on the red team's Chronomancer here. Fortunately, the red team Chronomancer can just supply so much burst and force people to burn their
And we
cooldowns
saw a
so quickly.
crucial gravity well coming out here. Lucasa, however, is going for the Mistform res. It was at 90%, but now he has to give up. He looks very pressured. Lightning flashes onto the ledge here, and with that they're picking up 2 kills. However, the Druid got the rest with the pet. And now with the Signet Invuln coming out, they actually might get this rest again. However, CC coming out from Sukaya here, and with that they're most likely going to pick up these kills. Garka's going for the Shadow Refuge rest here. Very big value. And again, because this Chronomancer build, it's great CC, great pressure, but after all, it's so super vulnerable, and Crayola should really stick on that ass, because he has to punish that Chronomancer, because he has such a good matchup into that technically.
Yeah, effectively you could be dropping the 6 or 7k backstab.
But instead, we see he's going for a decap, not even getting it in time. Right here, it is much more value to go for these kills and easy targets instead of decaps, because with these, his team would be able to really snowball. We see such a node-wise dominant game from red team here. Also, I'm really just flying around with the camera the entire time because it's really hard to just stick onto one player where see where the action is happening. Red team picked up yet another kill, this time here
Red team have got
Konecro.
Both teams having a 2 Roma comp, but I think red team just has that extra bit of damage while blue team has the support with the core Necro. If blue team played it right, they should be the Mesmer and the Thief should be running around together and essentially punishing anyone who is alone.
Exactly, because Mesmer, this build is quite dependent on peel if properly punished, but I feel like the punishment isn't coming out for running this full glass build here. And with that, we can pretty much see, red team taking this game away because they get these picks. They have middle capped the entire time, and just numbers-wise, blue team. If we look at the timeline, they barely got any caps ticking for them, and now they just picked up the windmill heal. However, Mirage is already being pressured out, and this is quite important.
It looks like Crayola potentially getting pushed into a one. Oh, Crayola dropping. As I strictly say that, it was a 1v3. As the Necro comes into that, it's just going to be able to get a potential outnumber for the red team, even on their far node.
Yeah, Lucasa jumping onto the node as his core Necro just rolls out. The heal won't matter that much right now. Actually, the Mirage, he looks like, it looks like he is trapped inside of here. This is a very unfortunate game design. But again, Lucasi dropping down, as well as the Necro dropping down here. Crayola attempting the rest, but this is the Holosmith. It can just fuck them over so hard. However, the fear was coming out there, and with that fear, actually they managed to get the rest. But what do they actually get out of this play here? Because a kill onto Sukaya is unlikely. Red team still has ownership over 2 nodes. He can just walk onto these no port spots over here, and he's safe. And at the same time, like, how are they really going to come back from this? Oh, great gravity well here, picking up Crayola instantly.
So it seems blue team have dropped a player here.
Exactly.
I'm gonna try and fill in.
Exactly, because what happened is that we got someone bugged into here, into this wall. There's a possibility that he can get trapped inside of here and glitch in. However, Garka's now looking to actually pressure that core Necro and holding onto his node until his mates are there. Now we see both Thief and Mesmer. Again, such a strong punishing duo here. And with that, they're picking up a kill. Lucasa is not in pairing to his Necro, and with that, the kill is pretty much gone. However, does he attempt the Mistfall, the glyph here? He actually gets the glyph. This is pretty big. However,
Mesmer back in the game, but
enough.
it seems like too little, too late. Unfortunately, as you said, the Mesmer was stuck in a fixed game. Red team essentially just able to snowball from here. One crucial thing I've noticed red team are doing, they are timing their liches between the Necros, so they are communicating and not popping both at the same time, saving one per team fight.
But the good thing is now the Chronomancer was finally punished again, but it doesn't look like they have enough cleave. And with that, Sukaya is going to get the res yet again. Gravity well just to sort of peel for herself here. And with that, the Druid is going to drop very low. So much DPS coming out. Mirror Image is still available, which means a ton of burst, a shit ton of burst still available. Red team is really able to get these kills rolling in, and compared to blue team, They have constantly node ownership. They can get constant decaps in, and with that, they are looking so. That's the reason why they look so dominant here. Blue team isn't really able to sort of get a hold of their nodes of the small victories that they got, and yeah, they cannot really hold on to these advantages that they got. And
just watching these auto attacks, 6k each time, pretty deadly. If you are caught out in the opening with a lich, it is nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You need to be prepared for that
yeah.
skill.
So these little victories, like the little pick onto impact here with his core necro, it's not going to matter since blue team cannot really hold onto it. Garkos trying to survive this 1v2 scenario. Question is if he has his skills available, and no, they're actually picking him up with that. And that's 2 kills potentially coming out for the blue team. But is it going to matter if they might as well just get decapped very soon again, or if the team fight is wiping? Because
blue teams need to be playing for pride at this point. They need to be stacking up the kills and farming them as much as they can. I feel like the red team have got too far of a lead. They're not going to be able to catch up by the time.
Essentially, but now we see it, bam, neutralized again, and because of that, they're looking like they're so far behind in points because red team was able to hold on to their nodes. And the thing is, we even got a Tempest and Necro duo, but it doesn't look like they had enough pressure. Maybe because it was the core version.
So chat's telling you to save your voice, so I'll do a little bit of taking over just to give you that little breather. The corner on the blue team able to secure that home node for them. Unfortunately, at the other end of the map, red team are able to take down Lucasso and Florilla. Not a good situation. Now red team can collapse onto that middle node, allowing them to essentially be a 5v3.
And I'm going to do as I was told to. I'm quickly going to mute myself, and I'll be right back.
So as the game is coming to that finishing point, red team are just essentially capitalizing on that huge damage potential from that from the Chronomancer. The shatter from it is crazy. It's about 40k, even with a cleave. You can cleave down targets. Mesmer is going down now. Can blue team capitalizing it? Kraylo down at the same time at the other end of the map. The decap Druid going down as well. Impact coming in with a little bit of the cleave. That's 2 members of the blue team on a node that they don't own. Red team, again, capitalizing on that 5v3 on mid just to finish this game off. It is set and dry, unfortunately, for the blue team. The blue team needed to capitalize on that Druid bunkering on their node and allowing the Mesmer and Thief to essentially punish the other team's Chronomancer. Blue team are just essentially playing for their honor now as red team get that victory. That was a good game. Red team making use of the huge damage potential there and just punishing the blue team with the bursts. Very clean bursts. I approve. How are you doing?
Yep. Beautiful. And we actually see here, because the sort of opening was quite well, but holding onto these nodes seemed surely impossible. So yeah, next map coming up is Temple here.
I will be loving you and leaving you at this point. But yeah, thanks for everybody who has come to watch and play.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go for the solo cast again. Question is if we have enough players to pretty much fill this up for one last match.
So good night, everybody.
Good night, Snakes.
So yeah, thanks for coming out there, Snakes. And now.
Can someone let Torvin join?
Torvin join?
Yeah, I'm coming. 1 second. I'm logging.
Alright, yeah, sure, obviously. The password should be known. And Emma joined in here as well. Another fellow necromancer and member of IWL. So I'm happy to see that. Either way. Let's just check if people are up for the last game.
I'm coming back with a warrior this time.
Oh, alright. Alright. So let's just compare these team comps, since we probably do not want another stomp. Like at the beginning, but it looks like... Well, I'm pretty confident here in red team. They're running something quite offensive with both Thief, a Core Guardian on Burst, however, and not the side node build. Well, what would you say honestly? Because since we're so few players, is everyone happy with how the teams are balanced, or does anyone, I don't know, want to critique something? Because right now I just hope that we get even matches.
If we're gonna play this match right now, red team is gonna stomp hard. The blue
Yep.
team has no damage.
Yep, I feel like that as well.
The mesmer is not fitting in there. That's one thing. They need the blue sets into bunker.
Okay, so pretty much, if we can just change out players, for example, what would you do? For example, I know, play Sukaya, for example, in the blue team, for instance, or something like that. That
sure.
they. But yeah, just overall, just what are your, for example, suggestions here to balance these out? Because obviously, Ref, Thief, Necro, they look really, really good there for red team.
Well, I would not put the Druid and Warrior at the same team because those are both the kind of
There it is, yeah.
not as viable.
And right now, red team's pretty much struggling something to hold onto these nodes here.
I could switch back to Necro, I guess. But there's already 2 Necros.
Yeah, but honestly, if you, for example, join red team, then it should be fine because then red team sort of gets some node ownership. With okay, actually the core warrior. All right. And then yeah, maybe ranger for the blue team, so we could have that matchup technically for side nodes. And with lower buff coming out, they will split up even more. Yeah, this is pretty much what we aim for here, so feel free to join. Also, if there is internally something going on, or like if you have, for example, suggestion or anything like that, afterwards you can obviously direct that at pretty much all the admins here. The way. Also, Torben, Phoenix, you wanted to join as well? I mean, right now, technically you could. You're probably on NG though, right?
Torben.
Torben.
Torben. The memer of the community.
Anyone know the Shoutbreaker build?
You mean the heel breaker? Oh god, it's...
Heel breaker.
Tactics, lower mid.
One second. Tactics, lower mid.
Then a discipline, obviously, which is probably like always mid, lower.
Yeah.
Also correct me if I'm wrong, and then holy shit. Spellbreaker, there's multiple options, but lower upper could be something, lower upper middle could be something. Just really pretty much depends on the matchups.
Lower middle.
I think Torben is too good of a duelist to be put on the blue team. I think he should go red, to be honest.
Let's see, he's on which but well, he doesn't run the dueling build, it's Core Guardian, like the old Burst Guardian.
And what amulet and stuff on the heel breaker? Mendes something?
Mendes and Trooper?
Soldier.
Oh yeah,
like
Soldier.
Mende. With sword, warhorn, and a greatsword.
Sword, warhorn, dagger, shield.
Yep.
Dagger shields, okay, on the other one.
Okay, so let's see what we fill the last places with actually. I love Chocolate joined as well. That's a ranger, as far as I know. Hallucination. Okay, that could technically that could technically be a pick for the red team if they'd want to.
Yeah, I have to make a decap scrapper build. If you know one, help me out.
Okay. Well then, I'd say probably ranger for the blue team, pretty much, right?
I mean, I can play a red, right? What you're suggesting?
Wait, yeah, which then pretty much a hollow for red team because it can side note. But yeah, let's just get this last game, I'd say, and after that we'll call it a day.
Yeah. Yep.
So if a Holosmith could join for the red team, and
don't play
yeah, the
Holosmith
Ranger for the blue team. I mean, red is probably going to. Yep. The regular blue team.
Oh fuck.
Beautiful.
The skills just shouts, right?
Let me check. Well, bolt charge. I'm not sure if you ran that
I'm
or.
still changing it. I think that one.
Yeah, sort of like that.
Torben, why do people play Core Guardian these days? Like, what's the deal?
Bunker.
You ask me. I'm just trying out my new build that actually works with Valkyrie.
Well, it works maybe. Okay.
Yeah,
Does it
honestly, it's more like for feeling nostalgic.
Okay.
I mean, I have
Is what I feel like.
20%. I mean, I used to have 25% base. Now, I think. Oh, well, no, I think I lost 25% precision, but I
Yep.
almost get it back again.
Wait.
Complete crowd.
Who is Torben on the speakers here?
What's Tobin on the speakers?
Yeah,
Oh
is
yeah,
he-
Lorena, I think.
Okay,
I
I
think
see.
they're
Yeah,
going through
maybe
Lorena's
sorry.
mic here.
Yeah, you're sharing, Mike. Okay.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
It's confusing.
Okay, Lucaso went offline. So is there one last player for red team? Because with the Holosmith, that would be technically a great pick to finish it off. It seems AFK, or not. Puff Puff.
Say again?
Puff Puff, could you join the red team then?
Yeah, I need to make sure the build is fine though before I play.
Mad flow.
I used to play a lot of NG, man, but it was like
Okay.
I have not touched it a lot this
So you want to go for Holosmith or Scrapper?
Scrapper, of course.
Alright, so then...
I need to buy my hammer.
Great, my game crashed, so that was perfect timing there.
Thanks for waiting again.
The chaos is intensifying, I can already see it. Be right back.
This feels like waiting for ranked games.
Oh yeah, sorry for the downtime, but the less and less players get, the more harder it gets.
Can I bring my Mesmer or Necro, or do we need the NG?
I mean, NG would be pretty appreciated that, like, comps wise.
Where's him?
I didn't have the teams in front of me, so that's why I quickly have to check here. Right, Inho. Shit, that's the wrong arena. Fuck me. Good, I'm still on the Be Right Back screen.
I need to turn off auto targeting.
Good, and with that we should be back in here. Great. So you said you had Ranger as well next to Scrapper?
Me, no. No. I
No,
said
please don't
Necro,
hurt me.
NG, or
Mr. Chief.
Alright.
That's so mean.
But yeah, you got the build overall?
Almost.
Good. Then I'd say people could already start joining their their team channels, and then we'll take a look over this last game. Right. If that's red team, Lorena, that's blue team. Oops. And wait on Nux. Alright. And for you, that was red team, or are you not participating, Pion?
I'm just watching, bro.
Alright, good. Okay, so it's didn't it's 4 out of 5 for red team. Oh wait, I think then it's always crying. Wait, no, that's always Nox in there. Crayola, Demolish. Okay, Demolish, Crayola. This guy. Okay, then it's probably that guy. But whatever. Alright, also another thing I haven't noticed is the music being over here. So now with that, hopefully the teams will now go over the strategies, and with that we're going for the last match of the day. Tell Garkers to stop playing Condi Thief. Great suggestion there, Isa. Great suggestion. So who's actually still out here in the chat and is still alive? Let's get some interaction, because I almost never read chat in here. I know it's a shame, but whatever. People are still taking their time to ready up here. Alright, with that, people readied up, so let's see how these teams will split, because there it comes. Well, we tried to make the best out of it, and I hope it... I think it should be fairly even. We see Core Guardians on both teams, which is a nice, but sort of outdated kit. We see Thieves as well on both sides. And then we see the Molish here swapping to Reaper. And then to top it all off, they got a Spellbreaker, sort of acting as a support here for this Reaper. And then the Holosmith is picking up his home node. So now it looks like a 4v4 split here coming out. And in middle there, the teams will now collide. Garikos was stunned there for a second, but he's still in stealth. He's safe. And dropping down. Let's see where's the opening. Sukaya was dropping down here. And the Spellbreaker in close pursuit. But the question is, who's the real target here? Because red team seems sort of split and sort of uncoordinated. Scrapper is now going for the roam, and the ranger will just decap his node for that. So the Scrapper really needs to get some value here, but now he just leaves, and with that he will be decapped, and well, he will go into a favorable 1v1. But Crayola is really trying to train this Corn Necromancer down. Heartseeker's coming out, however he's not able to finish off the kill just in time right now. If you could just follow that with the Heartseeker, but now he looks pressured as well, and the Shadow Step wasn't there in time. And with that he will actually go down, however Garkos might rally. No, he wasn't in rally range, and with that both the Spellbreaker and Crayola are dropping down, and Vampire Kid falls as well. Blue team looks pretty dominant in here, and the misrotation of the Holosmith, the Scrapper named Holosmith, is looking really detrimental here, because he doesn't seem to really own that node and get this range off of here. So it's dropping fairly low, and with that blue team is going to pick up the node, and red team has to regroup. It's just the Spellbreaker being here by himself, and he looks to +1 home, which is probably the right call, because as we're speaking, Sukaya is in hot pursuit of him and tries to make that even. And it looks like now with the plus coming in, question is if this Holosmith can, the Scrap can really survive this plus. Blue team has a great opening here, and now it, yeah, they really give up the node. Question is if Holosmith can survive. The Holosmith that is a Scrapper, this is horrible. But Crayola now tries to sort of stealth his teammate out, but the fear wall, the fear ring coming in and actually killing him here as well. Blue team sort of stacks onto the home node, and even though the node is being picked up here in middle, blue team will just be able to steamroll over that yet again. And Vampire Kid is sort of escaping here onto the far node. But then again, this node in middle is uncontested. Red team is really just doing super defensive moves, and blue team has, with such a great opening, is really get a head start here. And now the core guard is outnumbered. Healbreaker is technically there, and the Healbreaker has a super crucial cooldown, which is the battle standard. However, he doesn't have stability or a mist form to defend that like a Tempest would. So it's sort of unoptimal. But now we see the fear chain coming out, a good amount of damage, and again the Guardian came out pretty well. So now we see the plus happening here onto the Ranger. Question is if she can hold that 1v2 or not. Red team looks like they're picking up this node right here. Vampire Kid coming in as well, but now Sukaya stealth. Question is, will he get the free opening with this grenade barrage, big damage coming out or not? And barrage being dropped here. However, it didn't really connect and got a kill here. However, the Kogat is looking fairly pressured. And no elite here, so that means blue team will now pick up a kill. The Lich will probably not make a big difference here. And with that, blue team really looks super dominant here in this. However, at the same time, red team, yes, they're able to pick up middle, they're able to pick up far, but with these kills, they can now snowball it back again. So the point lead that they, or like the map pressure that they get, it's very temporarily. Because can red team really hold onto this if they're constantly losing fights? I don't think so. And since blue team has picked up the upper buff here, really nice rotation by the blue team's guard Phoenix here. This is ticking even. This is great for blue team. Blue team doesn't care that their player here is AFKing. Although she could technically walk a bit and yeah, sort of come to aid. But Ranger doesn't really have a lot of impact into these fights. However, talking of impact, he's dropping fairly low. Spectral walked away. On Konneker, he can sustain himself for quite a bit. He's a bit beefy, but he doesn't have a lot of sustain. He needs a support, and this support is gone. And with this, red team is going to pick up a kill. This is pretty big. This is what they need to come back from this massive start that we had here by blue team. So question is if they can really spread out. As we're speaking, Phoenix is picking up that node, and the Scrapper was outnumbered. There, Crayola is answering to Garkos, and Garkos actually not dropping very low. Question is if Crayola can chase that or not. Now his heal will come up, and with that he's safe, even though the heal breaker just came in there. So with that he will escape, Shadow Refuge will be available, and Crayola now looks to get the decap here onto... he goes for the kill. This is greedy. There's so much map pressure here to be gained, which would probably be favorable, because then he would force the Ranger back, create the map pressure, and outnumber people here. Because Ranger and Impact, this looks sort of okay, and now with Sukaya coming in, we have to spectate him again. Where will the damage pressure be? Well, it looks like now with the Lich coming out, there's a lot of damage pressure, but they're not following the same target, and with that, they won't get killed. However, blue team will most likely pick up the mid node as well as both side nodes here. So they're again ticking in the favor. This is all ticking in their favor, but in 15 seconds the buffs will come up. The map will get pretty much a fourth node, and the question is if things will go to change. Crayola here with his Heartseeker spam onto Impact. With that he might get the kill here. However, Sukaya tries to pretty much outpressure this, but something really huge happened. This battle standard got the rest here, and with that they're now contesting the lower buff. Question is if they are there in time. However, yes, blue team managed to pick up the bell, and this is super huge for them, because again they have the upper buff as well, and red team really should have been prepared for that, because now this is such a big point loss for them, and always crying went down. Crayola just as well, and this is pretty much a nail in the coffin, because blue team will snowball so goddamn hard off of this. Fear Ring coming out, Sukaya with his auto attacks as well as Impact, so delivering a Fear and Condi chain. Resistance and all of this has to come out here. Question really is how long can this heal breaker sustain it? Because he's by himself, he's isolated, and it's 6 points per second ticking for the blue team, and they're picking up the kills, and they're contesting these nodes. Lich coming out to sort of pressure Sukaya away, but he has reflex and all of that, and he's holding onto the node, which is great. Also Torben into the Hollowsmith here, into the Scrapper, that's named Hollowsmith. He's really doing a great job now 1v2, but it doesn't matter. Blue team is so far ahead. And since red team didn't really respect this lower buff here, they will take it away. Vampire Kid dropping low, yet another kill coming out for the blue team. Crayola is there with the rest. Question is if he can get it in time, because now the blue team's member answer to that. And this means with our last game, we see a very strong performance here from the blue team. And with that, blue team wins. And this is it with the last match of our weekly in-house sessions. So thanks to pretty much everyone here that participated today in the stream. I was happy to see some more follows, and yeah, I hope we could pretty much entertain you with all of this. This is a weekly event. It is free to join, and yeah, welcome back everyone.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm sort of starting with the end moderation, and again, check out all our links that we provide on our YouTube, where we will upload these matches, as well as our podcast, which are linked. And yes, now, Lorena, you want the closing word? Something really artistic? I'm down for it.
Yes. I think. Yes. Hello. Hello.
Well, this is not quite what I expected. So
Do you want to? Shut the fuck up! I want to talk. Oh, sorry, you can talk.
Let's go. Let's go. What are your closing words to close this beautiful match and this beautiful stream?
Okay. Do you like my Quagga?
Well, that was kind of disappointing. You're kicked from now. And with us, we're going to close the stream. Thanks everyone for joining.
I mean,
thank you for
I'm very happy. I'm very happy how it went, because we got some actually pretty close matches, especially in the team captain drafts. And with that, we wish you a goodbye and see you very soon next week with our next weekly in-house sessions. See ya.
Twitch. Subscribe. Twitch Prime.
Yep. Do it again. Please irate people. Twitch Prime subscribe. So yep, everyone subscribe, because I will link my PayPal account and people won't get any money, even though it's a team in here. Beautiful. So with that, goodbye, and thanks to each and everyone who joined and participated.
Bye bye.